podcast.
Oh no!
His genuine just
COVID.
his genuine oh no just is the best. Oh no. No, actually, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Crafting a Chat. I am joined by my usual cast here. Kevin and Destinoda will be
Who you
joining.
call unusual?
What? Are you my special cast?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you're. All right, I'm
I
joined
think
by
you'd
my.
rather be called unusual.
All right, I'm joined by my special and unusual co-hosts here, Kevin and Destinoda, who will be popping in. I'm joined by my very good friend Adam and myself, Genesis. Gentlemen,
You're joined by you?
I mean, yeah.
That's
Without
fair.
me here, I wouldn't.
Genesis. He was in our hearts the entire time.
I was. I can't even believe it. Gentlemen,
You don't
we
have one of those.
Aw.
I'm a broken man then. I'm a broken man.
I'm a
I'm a
broken
giant.
man.
I'm a giant broken sex crime man. Gentlemen, we have quite a bit of discussion to have tonight, but before we do that, like we normally talk here, what did we all do last week? Anybody want to start us off? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go first then. I actually started playing Eternites. The night before, no, it was last night actually. Last night I started playing Eternites. Really cool combat system. The game looks like it was made in 2010, but nonetheless, I love the dialogue, and the game itself plays well. I like the combat. The menus look like they were made on a very strenuous budget. I don't know how much money and funding this game got to be made. It definitely would have been a hard sell at $60, but at 30. No problem. This is a good game so far. I like it. I'm enjoying myself. I played Remnant with my good old pal Kevin over here. We actually beat the main campaign for Remnant too, and we are rolling worlds over and over again now to get some of the items that we are missing.
You're rolling on your world.
Yeah, we're re-rolling worlds. So Kevin takes a dice and throws it against the globe, and any part of the earth that shatters after he throws it, he just goes there and says, "We re-roll this world." And I also played Final Fantasy 16. I'm feeling very scared to finish that game. I'm gonna be running into a Kingdom Hearts or Last of Us situation where I don't know if I'll be able to play the game again after I beat it. So yeah, wish me luck on that. Hopefully I don't cry at the end. I don't think I'm ready for the ending. I got about 15% of the game more to go. I don't think I played. I did play DMZ a little bit because I was building 21 over the weekend. Same old broken Call of Duty. Nothing new there. Same broken. And I think that's all I did. Adam, am I correct?
Yeah, that's all you did.
Cool. All right, Adam, you're up next. What'd you do?
I played Red Dead 2. That's it. I played that for a long time, and I'll never stop ever again.
Okay, good.
I'm getting all the animals. I think I got like 15 left. So, because I live in a nightmare world. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Fantastic. Destinoda, what'd you do?
Oh, I forgot to mention what I watched. As I'm talking about this, Destinoda, you can think. I watched Encanto.
Oh.
That was it. I didn't really have much to say. It was good. Music was good. Animation was good. Very funny. Funnier than I thought it was going to be.
The song with the pressure with the donkeys, that was, I think, my Probably my second favorite song in that movie, and it was the funniest song in that movie.
I mean, we don't talk about Bruno is probably the best one.
That's the best one. That's number one. Absolutely.
Surface Pressure is good,
Talk about
and then Family Madrigal is also really good.
Oh yeah, probably.
What about
top three.
Mirabelle? Love that.
Yeah. This is why you don't give coffee to kids.
And that, and then that one song where like you saw the backstory of like the grandma, what actually happened. I think it was in Spanish. It was very sad. I don't know what it was called, but I've listened to it a couple times, and it still makes me a little bit sad listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, good movie.
Yeah.
Magic powers. It confuses me how it was like, hey, the real gift was having you kids, and then she opens the door, and then they all have their powers back, and I'm like, that's kind of undermining what you just said, because they always thought that the powers were their gifts, and then when they lost the powers, they're like, no, family is our gift. But then when they did all of that, they got their powers back, and I'm like, what's the real gift here? That was very confusing.
I guess it's because they realized what the real gifts were. They could have their gifts back, because that was something that they prided themselves on. And
I know, but I kind of wanted them to have no more powers. Like
that's also how that city functioned too. So that city, not city, but that town that they built, the Madrigal town or whatever the hell it's called, that entire town functioned with their powers, except for the dude with the
it functioned with their powers, but at the same time, they can do without the powers. I don't know if you know this. Towns have been built without powers. Nobody, as far as I'm aware, nobody in the past has been super powered. Kevin?
I think you'll find that there is a show on the History Channel, which automatically means it's real, called Ancient Aliens.
Kevin, I went to you specifically because I felt like you were going to talk about ancient aliens. And
that's spot on right there. That's good.
And that response proves that nobody here is superpowered. We're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Oh God,
Thank you.
that guy and his hair, man. I hope that guy never goes bald.
That guy sucks, and I hope he is bald.
No, don't do that.
I also, Destinoto, I hope you thought of stuff, because it's your turn starting now.
Yes, I didn't really play a whole lot. But I watched some stuff. Watched some, The Hell's Kitchen.
Fuck.
I was having a hard time remembering the stuff I watched. I watched some Drake and Josh.
Oh, interesting. Okay. How was that?
Just as good as I remember it to be.
Was it weird watching, knowing what those two would become?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's always like in the back of my head whenever I watch it, but I just kind of focus on the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, Josh is fine.
Oh, yeah, no, Josh was in Oppenheimer.
Drake is the one who's in... Yeah, Drake is the one who's in all sorts of...
Grossland.
What happened to him now? Was he like a pedophile or something?
Yeah. You know, he was dating a girl who was a child when he was like in his 30s. So.
Interesting.
You know how it goes with these young stars.
These young stars.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Right, of course. Yeah.
I watched the documentary 9/11 One Day in America.
Oh, good documentary.
Yeah, very good. Oh my, there's some footage in that that's very disturbing to watch.
Like what?
like the people falling off the building.
Oh, you can fucking watch that on YouTube.
Well, and then they show the firefighters inside a building that's like on the ground level, and you just hear like loud crashes on the roof
Oh yeah.
every like few seconds.
Well,
I'm like, oh gosh.
it's not. Yeah,
These
you just
people
hear
like
the
have to live
bodies
with that
smacking
sound
into the ground.
ringing through their head
Yeah.
their whole life now.
There's a firefighter who was killed by a person who jumped off.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Horrible,
Waste.
horrible time. Genesis that you still haven't apologized for, but
You know, I don't think I need to apologize because it wasn't me. You know, it wasn't me. It was my cousin over there, Bush Gardens.
interesting.
But yeah, I watched a couple of those.
There's a great documentary. It's hard to find now. It's about people committing suicide on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, I gotta love that too.
And that's another one that it has literally people falling, and it's so impactful. And that's that one, that one, and the 9/11 One Day in America. That one, those go hand in hand for me.
Good choice of words.
Hand in hand.
No, impactful.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah, good choice of words.
thank you.
Yeah.
And their bodies go splat when they hit
No,
the ground.
stop it. Very
like
tragic.
Sex crimes.
First of all, the people at Golden Gate Bridge not hitting the ground. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're hitting the water real hard.
They're hitting
and
the
they
water,
become- then
and
they
the
become
water
sex
acts like the ground.
crimes. Hell yeah. Oh, actually, I mean, it's a spikier ground. I think when you hit the water, you feel like spikes just impaling your body. I think that's the phenomenon or whatever.
It sometimes rips your feet off.
That's crazy. Damn.
That's why people's shoes, like shoes with feet in them, are always found near like bridges. It's because people jump off, and for a while, like a lot of these towns were like, "Are we having a fucking creepy serial killer?" No, it's just people who kill themselves. They just jump into the water and their feet separate from them in their shoe.
Then they get sex crimed.
Okay, we can tone that one down, I think.
All I remember from that day was I was very small, obviously, and all I remember is watching the TV and kind of seeing it as the news coverage was
Yeah,
happening.
you were 4 during that time.
Yeah, that's
5.
the only thing I really remember.
I was in school. I got evacuated from school
I
that day.
I was also in school. I don't think I was evacuated. I think we like ended early.
Yeah, I remember my art teacher having a conversation with the class saying, "Well, children, I just wanted to let you know, there's an incident going on with some fire and a
Why do you
building."
sound like Frieza?
And that's just, I don't know. that's what I remember her
Okay,
sounding like.
that is not what happened at my school. My school was like, "Hey guys, there's a crazy thing happening in New York. Let's turn on the news."
Yeah.
And then we turned on the news and we watched the towers fall. So
Yeah, we were in Queens
and then
during that time.
and
so-
then they turned off the TV after the first tower fell, and they were like, "Okay, everybody, the buses are here. Go home. Talk to your parents about what you saw." And then the next few years of my life was, "Hey, Adam, why did you people do this?" And I'm like, "Oh no,
Wait, why you?
I'm Saudi."
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't remember the lovely braiding we used to get too.
Ah.
I go to school and I get told, "Oh, you know, you're Hindus and you're brown people and you're Arabs and everybody. They just
Yeah,
love
people
to
are
take
racist.
things down. Yeah, why are you wearing those ugly clothes outside? Why do you think we never wore our clothes when we used to go to the mushad after that? Nah, we used to wear like
Yeah.
band shirt, and only after a few years we started wearing our traditional clothes back again. It was
You shouldn't
was
do
a pretty
that
bad
because,
time.
you're in America, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I remember. So my art teacher told us that we had like a fire in a building and that everything was getting resolved, and then the next minute we the next minute we hear the principal announce the school is getting evacuated at this point, and we're going home because there were reports of like one hitting the Pentagon, one going in a field in Pennsylvania, and they're like, "Well, we are not taking any chances because we're in Queens and we're in like not far away from Manhattan at that point. If something happens,
Yeah.
we're just want the kids home and not in school." So
Yeah, I was a good distance away, and they were still like, "Oh, yeah, you guys need to go home, be with your families." So,
yeah,
which was pretty cool. The other thing I remember about it, this one girl's dad died that day, because he had a heart attack, unrelated to the events unfolding.
Oh, wow.
did
So
he watch
like,
the event and have a heart attack?
no, he had a heart
No.
attack like the night before, and then we were gonna have like a special thing later in that day for her dad, and it was
And then this
canceled
happened.
because of 9/11, and then we never did anything for her dad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, she's fine now, but like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's gotta be. Can you imagine being that kid? Like, oh, my dad's
Yeah.
dead. I'm going to school. I mean, her dad probably died before the night before or whatever, because she was in school that day. But I don't know. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. Yeah,
Kevin?
thinking about it back then.
Did you experience any racism after 9/11?
No.
Were you racist after 9/11?
No.
Kevin, that's good. That's good, because
No, I
good
became
stuff.
sexist.
Oh, that's quite a turn. I don't understand that at all.
Oh God.
Ever since we gave women the right to vote.
Buildings just keep collapsing left and right.
These are because of those women pilots, isn't it?
We gotta bring
Wow.
back
Kevin, you're the one who said it.
That was a good one. I like that one.
We must
Alright.
fight against the movement. We must bring back sex crimes.
If there were
Shut
only women, or if there were only men passengers on those planes, we could have stopped them. Like Mark Wahlberg's comment. God, I fucking hate that guy.
Oh, what'd he say?
If he was on the plane, he would have fought back and he would have stopped it.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah. Hey guy, thanks. Yeah, the one passengers that did do that, they ended up in a field. Good job, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. All right, cool. Watch anything else,
Yeah.
Destinoto?
Some YouTube, some old league games from past World Championships. Yeah, because the team that I always support has won the World Championship 3 times, and they're the only team to ever do that.
Wow.
Did you see the during the Nintendo Direct that a League of Legends farming sim got announced?
Yeah, Riot's making all kinds of games.
Right.
So
Right.
Riot is finally making a good game. That's good. That's good.
I mean, their League of Legends game has been alive for the past 13 years.
Doesn't make it good. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's still here.
Doesn't make it good. So is the Bible.
counts for
Is that good?
something.
Is that good? You know what I mean? That's a conversation we're not going to have. But I'm just saying.
League is good. It's just
I mean, isn't the Bible called the good book?
Fuck, Kevin, no! Damn it. Take that, atheist.
It's definitely been wavering though. The game itself.
Yeah. No,
I
I
definitely
mean, League
have
is
not
fine.
been playing it as much as I used to, but that
Good.
also has to do with like my old man hands not
Oh.
being able to perform as well.
Same.
So,
I don't have any grip strength in my right hand anymore.
oh no.
Been gripping so long.
Nah,
it's
I was
lost
helping
strength.
my sister got a new roof. I was helping lift the
Oh.
roofing shingles or whatever the fuck they're called.
Shingles, yeah.
Yeah, and my hand was like, "Hey man, I don't know if I can keep doing this." And I was like, "I bet you can," and I did. And then the next day, I was like, "I don't think I can grab anything." I struggled to open an intense chocolate milk today.
Oh.
I was like, it's just not happening. So I had to put it between my legs and use my left hand to open it. But I got it. You know what I mean? I got it. Kevin, I got
Oh,
it. All
man.
right? Don't
Hmm.
judge me.
Why didn't you put me between your legs?
Kevin, what? Kevin, how would that open my intense chocolate?
You open a
I have my
pimple
ways.
instead.
That would have just opened the floodgates of my balls. All right, does you know anything else?
Well, not a fun thing happened over the weekend. On Friday, I got rear-ended coming home from work.
Oh,
And it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just this dumb fucking lady who rolled into my car at a stoplight.
nice.
And, yeah, she kind of like pushed her license plate screws into the back of my car to make a little indent. 4 little things.
Oh,
And
that's
then,
funny.
yeah, and then on Saturday, the day after, I am leaving a supermarket and, um, I got in my car and, parked, not moving. This person on the right side of me is driving a big old GMC SUV, and she decides to reverse and turn left and rear end me in a parking lot.
Oh my God.
So that was really fun.
You had 2 accidents in 2 days?
2 days, yeah.
What the fuck? At least they don't
It's
sound like they were
crazy.
terrible.
The first one wasn't that bad. Second one was a little worse.
Yeah.
Some paint transfer and an actual dent, a little dent in the back of the bumper.
Well, were the
So.
people like apologetic and like
Oh
exchanged
yeah, they were
information and
both
stuff?
like saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." The second girl was like kind of, she seemed like she was kind of frightened. I was very angry at the second time.
Yeah, I would have. Did you
I was
explain
like,
like,
"What
oh
the
man, again?
fuck?"
I would have
Oh
explained like,
my
you gotta be
god.
shitting. You gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, I mean, I got information the both times,
That's cool.
but yeah. First time I called the police because the lady stuck around. Second time I didn't because the girl just left after giving me the insurance info. And yeah, then I decided to leave.
Your insurance is gonna be like, man, what's going on here?
Yeah, so I did a claim with my insurance for the first one because that lady had the same one as me. But then the second one had a different one, so I made the claim on their insurance.
Mm.
And yeah, still nothing. I haven't heard anything back. The first one I filed on Saturday, and the second one I filed yesterday morning.
You should hear something soon.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Well,
That was fun. Now I gotta get my bumper fixed or changed or whatever they're gonna do.
yeah.
Hmm.
This is why I don't drive.
Yeah, I've been driving for so long now, and nothing's ever happened with me, like accident-wise. But the first time it does, and then it happens again the next day, I'm like, are you fucking serious?
At least it didn't get like progressively get worse and worse. Like a little tap and then a bump and then a fucking hit and then just a
Yeah,
collision and then
I was very wary driving on Sunday.
yeah, I can only imagine. I
'Cause
would
I'm
have been like,
oh,
no,
please.
I'm not driving. I'm not
If it
driving.
happens
I'm done.
again, I'm going to just blow up. Oh
I would have gave
man.
up. I would have been like, nah.
Yeah.
Well,
Luckily, nothing happened.
yeah. Luckily
Sunday,
they,
Monday, Tuesday.
and also
So
luckily they were smaller and
yeah,
the people didn't leave and all worked
yeah.
out. That's cool. All right, cool.
See where that goes.
Keep us updated.
Yeah.
Crafting a chat, crafting a lawsuit. You know, you know what I mean?
We're ready to sue them for sex crimes.
Hey, Genesis, what a great joke. Kevin, what did you play or watch, and where are you? Why are you not in Minecraft?
I rule my own life.
I will
Okay.
accept that as an answer. Now, what did you play? What did you watch? What did you
I
do? Who are
watched
you?
nothing. I am a very confused person who was found on the side of a highway, and y'all recruited me for this.
Vent.
I played Remnant 2 with Genesis. I played a Final Fantasy Theatrhythm Final Bar Line. And I played... No, that's it.
Wow. All right. Cool.
All right. Thank you all for sharing your sorrows and your solemn vows to Satan himself. All right, moving
I
on.
vows.
Kevin, do you have a topic for this week, sir?
No, I do not.
All right. Well, we're just going to get into the meat of the show, gentlemen. Over this past weekend and this past 2 days, we've had quite a few things happening in the gaming world. Most notably, right? A few documents have leaked.
That's what we're starting with?
Oh, absolutely. Unless
Ooh.
you want to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to go so much longer. I say we start with the direct and then the state of play.
Okay, we can do that. I guess. Yeah.
Because that one, I know that we'll all have opinions on Xbox and their stupidity.
We'll put that on a pause real quick. I apologize. We'll jump the gun a little too far there. Okay, so let's talk about the Nintendo Direct real quick. Yasunoto, you want to lead us with the Nintendo Direct, since I know that this has been your favorite topic to talk about every single time a Nintendo Direct shows up. I'm just putting him in the fire. I'm just throwing him into the fire.
Well, I was making plans to ruin a certain company.
Of course.
We should start by setting certain buildings alight.
Yep. I made a suggestion before, and I was shunned for it, so choose your words carefully next.
I mean, honestly, that first part, that is literally a crime. You can't do that. You literally can't do that. It's not that you were shunned, Genesis. And again, I'm not trying to pick on you, because I said that era is over. But you were literally threatening them, and we can't allow that. Because it's for your safety, not for theirs. It's for your safety.
I like the explanation he's giving. Anyway, keep going.
Oh my god. They really should have just named it a Mario Direct, because that was literally all they fucking had at this stupid shit fucking Direct.
I would agree. It should have been a Mario Direct.
Literally could have just been, hey guys, here's Mario games. Next time we'll talk about anything else. But all we have right now is 3 Mario remasters and 3 more Mario games and a Peach game. They had some other indie style RPG games and other little indie games that I don't remember. No real surprises. Maybe the Paper Mario remake, but I mean,
It was a pretty big surprise.
Was that a remake or a remaster? I think that was a remaster, right?
Oh, I thought it was a remake.
Did they?
I don't know.
They might not have
sure,
said,
but,
if I'm honest.
Yeah, it definitely looked better than the original Paper Mario, but I mean, the original Paper Mario still, it held up pretty well. That was a pretty good game, but like, all I wanted to see was, it could literally be a static image with a certain game's logo.
They could have
and
just
just
been
say
like,
we're working on this,
"Hey guys,
and then just go to black and go show all your fucking Mario games. That's all I want. That's all I want to see.
I mean, I could have probably done with the same, but we'll talk about that in the next part.
Do you guys want to hear what they announced in order?
Yeah, sure. If you want to go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just run through these real quick. Splatoon 3 expansion pass wave 2 side order. Mario versus Donkey Kong.
I think
They
that was also a single player DLC, right? The Splatoon stuff. That was the first single player DLC for Splatoon. I think I've heard. It's a story based expansion.
I am unsure about that.
I thought
so
I
will
thought I
take
read
your
that. I'll
word
look it
for
up.
that.
I'll look it up. You keep going. I'm sorry. I'll look it up.
Okay. No, all good. Mario versus Donkey Kong. Saw more of Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Kevin, still looks good. Still looks real good.
Yep.
We saw Horizon Chase 2. We saw Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. We saw Spy X Anya Operation Memories, or Spy Cross Anya Operation Memories. Then we saw Super Mario RPG, which I believe is coming in November. And then another Code Recollection. And then that Princess Peach game, as Desinoto said, got a name. It's called Princess Peach Showtime. Then we got Saga Emerald Beyond. And then Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. And those ones, honestly, did not look great. They did not look great. Then Detective Pikachu Returns. And then Game of the Year Trombone Champ. Then Battle Crush. Then War Tales. Then Contra Operation Galaga. Unicorn Overlord. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. They talked about the Nintendo Museum that's coming. And then
Japan.
and then there's some amiibo updates. And then the next 99 game is F-Zero 99. And there's Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story. So that's what you guys were talking about. Or that was Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story. I'm not sure which.
One of the two is a farming sim, and the other one's some stupid game role playing, something like some role playing game. It was a single player DLC, by the way, for Splatoon.
Okay, good.
It's a
good,
story based single player DLC.
And then we had WarioWare Move It, and then Ayuden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. Then Eastward Octopia, Wargrove 2, Dave the Diver, showing off again. The last Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Among Us the Fungal. And then Paper Mario the Thousand Years Door. So yeah. It looks like they don't say anything about this Paper Mario thing. It looks like it might be just a re-release.
Oh, wow.
So, it might be up-resed in some way, but there's no information really about it.
Give
It
Nintendo
did
a
look
round
nice.
of applause. Nintendo a round of applause, man. You guys have the best ways of milk things.
So this was clearly a direct that I feel like we say this almost every time. This has to be the end for the Switch, right? Like it doesn't it seems like even Metroid Prime 4, I believe that's the game Desinoto was talking about that shall not be named.
Yeah.
It seems like that might just be on the next Switch.
Yeah. So what? Some of the speculation that's been going on the forums is that this was their final hurrah for the Switch. They're just only naming titles up until Q1 of next year.
Well, some of those things were in the summer of next year, though.
Yeah, those will probably just also be ported over to the Switch too. So like those will be release titles for Switch 2 if it's within the near future. I don't know whether it's next year or the year after. If I had to take an educated guess, I'd probably say we are going to hear about this system very soon, and then sometime next year we'll get a release for it. I don't think it's a 2025 system. I think it's a 2024. Considering the Switch came out in 2018?
No, I think it
19?
was. No, I think it was earlier.
Might be
than that.
Holiday 24.
Yeah, I could see Holiday
That
24.
would make
Switch
sense.
Switch came out in March though. I don't know what year though. I don't remember.
It was definitely March. Was it 2017?
It was an odd year. It was an odd one because it was the new generation systems didn't come out until 2020.
Yeah, March 3rd, 2017, because that's when Breath of the Wild came out.
Okay, and then the new systems didn't come out till 2020, right? PS4, PS5, and Series didn't hit till 2020.
Correct.
Right.
The
Okay,
year
okay.
of Sackboy, if you will.
Right. Yeah. So essentially, yeah, this is their last hurrah going because no new Mario mainstream game, no Zelda expansion, no mention of Metroid. Donkey Kong got mentioned, but it was a part of another Mario game, so it's Mario versus Donkey Kong. Their big hitters are essentially not here. Pokemon obviously is just they didn't even talk about the Pokemon expansion because they had the direct for it I think a couple weeks ago, and dev kits have definitely been sent to developers for the Switch 2. That's I think the most solid piece of information that's been leaked around the internet is that devs definitely have their hands on new hardware from from Nintendo. And I think the OLED model got released 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so yeah, it's essentially about that time for them to go for it now. We're nearing 8 years on the Switch, or 7 years? Yeah, 7 years on the Switch. So yeah, generally about console life cycle, 7 to 8 years, right? That would make sense.
Yeah. A little short for a console, but at the same time, like, I think the Switch is okay.
Switch has done what it's had to do at this point, and I think
Yeah, oh yeah, very successful, very, did a lot.
The next step is moving into the era of the late 2018, 2019, like the end of the PS4 era and Xbox One era to get those graphics essentially, because that's what the leaks and rumors are, is that the current dev kit is essentially the same power as a PS4 and an Xbox One, so they'll be able to show off games of that caliber from 4 or 5 years ago at this point. It seems like, power wise and graphics wise, Nintendo is about half a decade back, which it's never been their strong suit. Obviously, that's just been what they want to do. Games have always been their strong suit, where they have all these nostalgic and huge brands that will always sell no matter what they do, and they'll always come up with some new idea, new game that will also end up selling gangbusters, like Splatoon when it came out. That was their first attempt at like a shooter, essentially, a third-person shooter. Yeah, that's what I've heard as far as just overall. This is where Nintendo's at now, and you could feel the direct that was shown was like, all right, this essentially feels like a going away direct for the Switch. Like, hey, here's the last couple of games we're gonna have on it, and we'll see you in sometime next year to talk about all our new stuff.
So even for a going away direct, this was kind of weak.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. It was strictly just Mario. Like the most exciting thing that was announced for Mario fans, if I'm thinking on their behalf, is the Peach game and the Thousand Year Door, whatever the hell the game is
Thousand Year
called.
Door.
Yeah, those are two things, because Luigi's Mansion is a re-release. It's the same game from the 3DS, and
which not everybody owns, so
yeah, but
cool.
I mean, yeah, it's the same game though. There's no difference. And then Super Mario Wonder already had its big thing.
Super Mario RPG is cool. We already knew about it though.
Yeah, that was gonna be probably the big seller for this holiday. So that's going to be their big seller this holiday, because they have Peach and that the Paper Mario coming out to fill Q1 and potentially Q2 of next year until their announcement happens for Switch 2, which then that'll that fills that gap. The hype starts to build for Switch 2, and then now they announce their games. Which, man, if I had to take a guess, their leading games for Switch 2 would probably be like a Metroid Prime 2 remaster, probably a Breath of the Wild 2 remaster for Switch 2, a new Pokemon, if I had to take a guess as well. That's going to be their holiday lineup for next year. If I'm thinking Nintendo and thinking how much more can they milk the franchises they have. Probably a Super Mario Odyssey remaster as well for Switch 2. They can just bank on all these things, man. They could just bank on all of that, and people would be out in droves buying that console. People would be out in droves.
All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on the Direct?
That Unicorn Overlord game seems to be a big thing. They have a whole collector's edition for it.
Oh wow!
I heard
but
some.
That's also releasing on other platforms.
Yeah, I heard some fanfare for that because NeoGaf lit up with like a couple threads of Unicorn Overlord, and they were like, "Oh my God, it's a game!" And I was like, "I don't know what this is," but yeah. That and F-Zero 99, the Battle Royale F-Zero game, that was getting quite a bit of attention as well. Because they're like, oh, they remade this old game into this Battle Royale thing now, and you have 99 players on a map. Just all racing till the end. And I was like, wow, okay.
All right, Kevin, you got anything about this Direct you want to say, or?
Not really. I mean, it wasn't a massive showing of games. F-Zero 99 is interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna totally play out, but people have been looking for an F-Zero game, so maybe it's what they want. I don't know. That's really it. There wasn't really a whole lot that was like, oh man, need this game. At least not for me. But I also don't own a Nintendo Switch.
Same.
I just don't. There weren't really any, I don't know, titles that were talked about where I was like, oh man, here we go.
Again, if they showed off anything to do with Zelda or even Metroid, I think the show would have been stronger for them because the diversity in the games a little bit, but they really just played on Mario. That was their crutch they were gonna die on.
I mean, it was Mario and RPGs. Like there wasn't a lot of diversity going on here.
No,
that's
all there was.
It's better than the last one where it was all farming sims. Even though a couple of them were here still, but
yeah, they still showed up.
Even watching this one, I was just like, ooh, this is not it. This is not it. And I went with expectations that I would say are my normal expectations for Nintendo One. Just entertain me. And it did not do that. So.
Yeah.
And also, Destinoto has been crushed. Once again.
Yeah.
So
he got crushed for this, but there's always a brighter side to things for him. The state of play. There was a much brighter side for you.
Sony had a state of play literally the same day.
And
it arrived a few hours later. So.
Yeah.
All right.
We swapped spots there. Destinoto had his hopes perked up at that point, and I absolutely got destroyed. So.
All right. State of play. I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Started off with baby steps.
Yeah.
Real weird. Look kind of funny.
Hey, guy, you just put your grappling hook there. Am I grappling me? Yeah, you fucking grappling hook. Get your
fucking
grappling hook.
I'm gonna fucking grapple it.
See you later, grapple.
Yeah, fucking grapple it. Very weird. Clearly by the guy from QWOP and getting over it and all that stuff. So next summer for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then Roblox, again confirmed, coming to PS4 on October 10th.
PS5.
So, coming to PS4 only.
What?
Yeah, it's PS4 and cross-platform with PC and mobile.
I thought it was PS5.
Is
Oh,
it PS5?
Okay, I'm wrong. But yeah, I think it's PS5, Adam. I don't think it's PS4. That's
This
not going to
article
run
I'm
very,
reading
very
definitely
well.
does not.
Yeah, because when Roblox made the announcement, they said, "Hey, you could play with your friends on a PS5 or a PC or a phone or the Oculus and that, and you can join them now." So I was like, okay. I'm pretty sure that's PS5. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember
Looks
them
like
saying
Wikipedia
PS5.
has it as PS4 and 5. So,
Could be like a Minecraft situation then.
yeah, this article literally only says PS4. All right, good to know. I'm still going to use this article because nobody else put things in order. So, but yeah, coming October 10th. So pretty soon. And then they showed 2 VR2 games. Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. That's it's mostly co-op multiplayer and will be out October 26th. Didn't they show another VR game?
They did, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, it was Resident Evil 4 VR mode.
Yes.
And
Looks real good.
it'll be out this winter, which still no date, so probably next year at this point. Or they'll just do a week drop, like they did for the DLC, baby. And the Mercenary update. Desunoto, what do you think about Ada Wong going on in separate ways?
Oh my god. You know, that trailer really didn't show a whole lot.
Good.
The launch trailer, though, showed a lot of new fucking shit in this
Alright,
game.
Desunoto, can you explain to me what the fuck is Wesker doing here? Why is he in this? I don't remember him anywhere from Resident Evil 4. Why is he showing up here? I don't remember him.
He was always in contact with Ada.
Yeah.
And
He's the one who...
He's the one who pretty much contracted her to go get the Amber and get it back to him so he could use it.
Okay, I didn't know. See, I didn't know that at all. I don't remember that at all, and I don't remember seeing Wesker in RE4. So
was
yeah,
that in the DLC of RE4?
He was in Mercenaries, the DLC on Switch.
Yeah, he was in Mercenaries.
Or on GameCube.
Yeah, and he was a part of Separate Ways on the original, but you never really saw him, I think, in that game. Like, actually saw him. I don't think you ever really saw Wesker in the original. Not that I remember. I think he was just talking to the walkie-talkie.
He's on the storyline. He's just in Mercenaries.
Yeah. Well, he's in the Separate Ways in that one too, right?
Yeah, now he's here.
I'm pretty sure he's in the Separate Ways for that one.
I mean, he's showing up now in this.
But now he's actually in the game. Like, his model's there. And at the end of the trailer, he shows up to where you fight Sadler at the end, and Ada's there. And there's so much going on in the launch trailer. There's still so many things that they didn't end up putting in the remake that they put into this instead. That I was like, oh my god, look, there's this, there's this, there's this.
Anything changed that you notice, or is it still all the same so far looking?
Well, yeah, one of the bosses from the original is now like the left and right hand for Salazar. You only fight the left hand in the original with Leon, and then you fight Sadler, or I think Sadler had fused with his, or Salazar fused with his right hand in the original, and he didn't do that in the remake. In the remake, he just mutated into this giant abomination So you never really saw what happened to the right hand in the remake. He never showed up. But now he's in Ada's part, and you get to fight him before he turns into U3, which was that like second to last boss in the original. As far as what I know from that trailer. There's the laser room that Leon went through originally, and now Ada's going through it instead. Um, there's the trolley, the cable cars that was also in the original, and now you're doing with Ada. Um, the merchant might actually be part of this. Somebody pointed out in one video the merchant's flame in the background of the enemies. So instead, yeah, this is like a whole new thing rather than it just being a reskin Leon gameplay with Ada, like that they had in the original Separate Ways. This is worth like $20, honestly.
And they're selling it for 10.
$10 is really good. Yeah, and the original game was only 60 to begin with.
Good job, Capcom.
So they're doing all the right things right now. Oh
Good.
my god. 2 days?
2 more days, man. 2 more days.
Oh my god.
Get
Oh.
excited. Get excited.
And on top of that, we get the free mercenaries with Ada and Wesker.
No more
That's
modding
always
Wesker
fun.
in PC. You
Yeah,
can finally
no.
just play as him.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's tons of
Yeah.
cutscenes for Ada's thing. Like, goddamn.
Capcom's doing things right. Capcom's been
They are.
on a hot streak as of 2017.
Oh,
They've been on a great hot streak since then.
Ever since the Switch.
they're right there with
Yeah.
Insomniac, I think. They're both on a similar level.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
Because
They've been
not
doing
wrong.
real well.
they're
real well.
both of those devs are probably two of the best devs in the industry right now.
Capcom has cleaned up their act to the point of like ever since
well.
their turning point was Devil May Cry 5 when it came out, because after the abomination of DMC and then Resident Evil 6 and just Capcom's like descend into like the fucking pits of I don't know what. They really turned themselves around with the RE2 remake, Devil May Cry 5,
Well, then
RE3.
they started out with Resident Evil 7.
Yep, they definitely.
That would probably
was-
be the actual like bigger turning point.
Okay.
And then
yeah,
everything just kept capitalizing.
So really,
on top
it's
of
the
that.
kitchen demo.
The kitchen
Yeah.
demo,
Yeah.
that shit was crazy.
Yep. With the girl just climbing, and then when they made Kitchen VR and played
Yeah,
on PSP,
yeah.
oh my god, that was good. That was really good. Emily
Crazy
crawling
stuff.
over your head. Oh,
Crazy stuff.
that was insane. But yeah, Capcom's definitely up there in terms of like good developers now. They're doing well for themselves, and I'm glad that they're doing
Top
well.
tier.
Oh
might
yeah,
have to
yeah.
might have to do a future topic on developers who've really made a name for themselves.
Yeah,
That
probably do one
like
of those.
personal like ones, obviously,
Yeah.
not just who's
Yeah.
good, who's bad. So
The rise and the fall and the rise again.
yeah, absolutely. We
One
can
of
do
those
that.
videos.
That could be fun. That could be real fun. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. And then we continue the Decimoto streak. Ghost Runner 2, coming out
Ooh.
October 26th, and a demo available now.
And I'm in the demo right now.
That makes sense. Makes sense. There you go. It looked like more of Ghost Runner, if I'm honest.
Yeah, which is totally fine because
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with the first game. The only thing I didn't really enjoy with the first game was some of the platforming sections were so fucking aggravating.
Mhm.
And probably the last few are probably the worst offenders because it was such long sections, and then when you die you have to restart all the way from the beginning.
Yep.
So
Oh, and the boss fight thing was kind of weird at first, but you figured that out.
yeah, they didn't really give too much direction on the boss, but then I guess we ended up figuring it out
Yeah, a little bit of
after
Googling.
dying like 10 times.
We got it. All right. After that, they showed Far Cry and Avatar's world called Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, coming out December 7th. Still, it looked fine. Sometimes this game looks stunning, and other times it looks last gen.
Kevin,
I
you
don't-
have,
I don't understand.
Kevin, you got any opinion on Avatar?
Looks interesting.
Anybody else
Looks
see
very
this
pretty.
game? Okay. Does it look pretty all the time to you, Kevin?
I don't know what you mean by that, but okay.
Like the sentence I said previous to Genesis asking you a question. It was sometimes this game looks absolutely stunning and sometimes it looks like last gen. Like I don't know why, but it's just literally maybe it's the stream qualities or I swear I've looked up trailers afterwards after they're uploaded, and then I go, wow, look how beautiful this world is, and then it's like up close and I'm like, that foliage is ugly as shit. Like
Oh, I don't know. I
It's
know
very
characters
strange.
in earlier trailers looked really bad. It seems to
yeah,
have
some
gotten that
characters
better.
looked a little wonk, but the main character actually looks pretty good now, and the blue looks right, and when you're the scapes as you're flying and stuff, just very pretty. Clearly, the company who shall not be named put some money into this one. So yeah, probably we'll pick this up when it's discounted in 1 month after it launches.
Yeah, essentially that's how they all work.
And then Genesis and I, we always do this. We see something and we're like, oh my god, we're getting a lab. We're getting a fucking lab. Nope, we're getting 3 colors. Volcanic red, cobalt blue, and sterling silver. I believe
Yep.
Volcanic red and cobalt blue are out this holiday, and then sterling silver is next year, or something like that. It's very
I
strange.
thought they were all ready for pre-order in October.
Yeah, but then I think the silver one doesn't come out until next year.
Weird.
It's very strange. I know.
We're definitely getting a pro later in holiday. Then
Mm.
there's no way that we're not gonna get it then. That's if they're stretching this out. This because I don't think these plates fit the slim model that was like teased at one point or leaked. I'm sorry, not teased but leaked.
You know what?
Um,
Yeah, the deep, the blah blah blah. You can pre-order October 4th, and then they launch on November 3rd, and then the sterling silver on January 26th.
Wow.
I wonder why that's so far off.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
Weird.
weird.
The blue looks really good. They look like 2 matte metallic colors, which are awesome looking.
The red, I swear to God, I already own one of these.
The red does look kind of similar to the.
But then in other
That they already
pictures,
have
it
out.
looks more red, like a brighter red,
Yeah, it's
but not like
weird.
the pink that the controllers we have are. But then also the silver, I like the silver a lot.
The silver looks really good.
But God, if they did a PlayStation 1 gray
Oh,
or a PS3 black, I'd be in. I think. I'd be in.
We were so thinking it was labs, though. We were just
We
oh my
do it to
God,
ourselves every time. We
we're
literally
getting colors.
we literally
What?
do it to ourselves every time.
I saw it. And I was like, "Oh my God, what is going on? What's all these colors? Adam, is it happening?" You're like, "Oh, we're making a lab."
I know. I was like, I'm driving. Just keep talking. What's happening? And you're like, I don't know. They're showing something. I'm like, oh my God, lady, get out of the way! So I cut this lady off, and then she fucking rear-ended a guy. It was hysterical.
oh.
Nah, that was on Wednesday. That didn't even fit in your timeline. Don't worry about that. Pretty sure that guy died. Fuck him. And then after anybody else getting controllers or plates or any of these? Anybody interested in these?
I, of course, am. I'm going to be getting the blue one.
Genesis, I know that you will consume these controllers and plates. Like
of
you
course,
always
of course.
do. Like you
Yeah, I
always
have. Currently, I have 6 of them that I'm staring at right now. So you
do.
know.
What controllers do you have right now?
I currently have the DualSense Edge. I have the pink controller. I have the God of War Ragnarok one. I have the Spider-Man 2 one. I have the black one, and I have the purple one at this point in time.
Interesting. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. You're a sick man.
I'll be getting more. Don't worry about it.
I'm aware.
I had 8 of them for the PS4, and I sold them all for about $300.
That's fair.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's fair.
Still more. That's still more than what I paid for them because I only paid like 300. Yeah, I paid $30 a piece, I think, or $25 a piece, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
coming out on top. Nice. All right. The next thing, Helldivers 2.
Oh,
Got an extensive look at gameplay and plot. Coming out February 8th, 2024.
Kevin,
Yeah.
this is a you, me, and Adam game.
I
It
said
could be,
maybe.
I don't know.
I said
No,
maybe.
you-
Let's not.
You, no,
How
no,
much do you
no.
think this game will be?
60.
50.
Oh, okay. I hope it's not 60, and I honestly hope it's not 50. If I'm honest, it's literally an online game. It should be free if you want me to play it all the time. But I would pay a price. I just got to see more of it. It's got that. It could be fun, but also it could be generic. So convince me that I should play this, cause that's about when Suicide Squad's out. So.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
also
later in the
when-
show, we lose Genesis to something else. We'll get there.
Mm.
And then Game of the Century, a game that will literally outsell anything we've ever done in our entire lives. A game called Marvel Spider-Man 2, still launching October 20th. Vacation can't come soon enough. It's the world is almost twice as large, and the web wings are great still, and you can switch at any time between Peter and Miles in the open world, and they have unique side missions and activities, and then there's 65 suits from the comics and movies with different styles, with over 200 looks. Yeah, it looks good, and this was the best way they could show this game off. And I gotta admit something. I said, don't show me more Spider-Man 2. Don't you do it. And then Insomniac was like, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna show it in a way that actually makes sense. And they did. And
Now
somehow,
you want more?
somehow, my hype for this game doubled.
It's gonna be a good game.
Cause just like, a lesser company would have showed another trailer that would have gave away too much, or would have been like different edits of the same shots. But Insomniac was like, nah, no, we got you, Adam.
We're talking about
Boom.
technical stuff.
Hey, I'm Brian Intihar. I don't do no shit like that. I'm gonna tell you what this game got. We know you're getting it. Let's make sure you
spoilery thing he
understand why
said-
you're getting it.
Only spoilery thing he said was, "Hey guys, there's also gonna be more villains that we haven't even shown off yet, so get ready for that."
That's
And
not
we
even
were like,
spoilery at all.
I was like, "Oh."
We assumed there would be more
more.
villains instead of 2 villains or 3 villains.
Well,
like
yeah,
we-
we've only seen 3 right now.
Well, now we've seen 4.
Mr. Negative, Lizard.
Oh no, 5. Sorry.
Venom, Craven, and what am I missing?
The one they just showed, Mysterio.
Oh, I didn't even catch Mysterio.
Yeah,
I
Mysterio's
literally
in the one footage. Kind of looked like a brown guy. So interested.
Yeah.
Very
19
curious.
inches of Venom.
Can't wait. This is a day one. It's already pre-ordered, maybe twice. I don't know. We'll find out still. But can't wait at all. Oh my god. All right. Anybody else have anything else about that? Destinoda, you getting Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2.
Did you even play the first Spider-Man?
There was a problem. Multiplayer hosting has stopped. That's the error I just got.
You're still here for me.
Yeah, I don't know why I got that error, so
Why didn't Destinoda respond?
I don't know. Kevin, you there?
Yeah.
Kevin, you getting
Destinodo is
Spider-Man? I would
there.
assume not.
Nope.
You should really try the other Spider-Man. It's so good.
Why
What's
you
the-
not play Spider-Man? You just don't want to?
character.
Oh, it's
Alright,
just
no.
not for you. All right, that's fair.
That's
fair.
fine. That's fine. Hey, okay.
You know, hey, different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean?
Different strokes for different blokes.
Destinato, did you just laugh at that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you answer when I said you're getting Spider-Man?
Oh, I went to chop up an apple.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Of course.
Sorry.
You
Of
getting
course.
Spider-Man or what's going on? You play the first one? I don't know your Spider-Man
I
history.
did not.
Oh my god, what is wrong with these
He
kids?
he is insane. I don't understand, man.
I think,
Even
I think I had pre-ordered the collectors, but I don't know if I'm going to keep the 19 inches of Venom.
Yeah, they're still selling that thing
Yeah.
because they've made 12 trillion of them, I think.
which is great.
I
More.
just can't. I'm just so curious what Sony's number. Hey, thanks guys for buying 30 million copies in the first 48 hours. Like, what the fuck is that number gonna be?
Oh god.
Yeah,
It's
one-
Absolutely crazy.
probably gonna be like the 10 to 15 mil if I had to take a guess.
Wild. At $70 a pop minimum. Wild.
It's one of the first only PS5 games, you know.
That's fair.
That's
a big thing. Then we're back in the Destinato territory. Well, actually Genesis. Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn, a DLC coming November 9th.
Didn't know that they were gonna make DLC for it. Had I not sold my copy, I would have been like, yeah, I'm all for playing the DLC about this game. But hey, I
Sold your
sold.
copy.
Yeah,
I know.
I made another.
Every time
I made
somebody
another
says,
$400 with that company because I gave them a bunch of games. Because this is what I do. This is how I just buy games.
I mean, if you
sell-
didn't give them Tales of Arise, you probably still would have got like $390, $380. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was only $20 essentially.
So don't act like Tales of Arise was the 400. You know, they were like, we need that Tales of Arise. Keeps us afloat.
I need the Tales of Arise because it causes sex crimes.
Oh no. All right, and then we're back in the Destinato territory with Honky Tonk Star Rail, coming out October
God.
11th.
It's only $10 for that game,
I
just
did
so you
not
know.
play this game.
Destinato, you got that vibe though, so I'm sorry. It's your game now.
Mm-hmm.
It looks just like Genshin Impact, except more modern, and it's only $10.
And no Aloy.
Well, it's Genshin in space. That's what it is. But I also never played Genshin, so
All right, hey,
you know, do with that what you will.
get excited. Also, that game probably will sell more than Spider-Man.
Probably
What?
$10, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wild how popular that fucking franchise is. Then we got Splatoon at home, Foam Stars.
Hey.
Open beta from September 29th to October 1st. I don't know about you boys, but Genesis and I have already talked about jumping in on that, because why not?
I'm gonna give it a
whirl.
shot.
And then game coming 2024. And then and then Sean came back on the screen, and she was like, "Hey, I'm the third-party partner," and guess what I fucking did? I fucking got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh God.
And I'll let Genesis take this one.
Man, what do I even talk about this game? This is gonna be insane. There are things happening that nobody's calling in this game. The internet was like freaking out. I was looking at like a bunch of different Reddit threads and NeoGAF forums and Final Fantasy forums and all that. And the internet just freaked out with this because they were like, why the fuck is there a dual finisher with Sephiroth and Cloud? Why does Sephiroth look like he's about to fucking, I don't know.
Him and Cloud give a great look to each other in that trailer, and it made me laugh so hard.
Yep. I don't know. Everybody's like, what the fuck is happening there?
They look like they're about to kiss.
Zach is indeed alive. That has finally been confirmed to the point of no return, which is definitely pointing to different timelines being talked about in this game. Crisis Core Reunion finally has a purpose because it did indeed rewrite the death scene at the end that we saw. So. You have Aerith, Tifa, Yuffie, all essentially. God, all the characters look so amazing.
The camp creature's back.
Kate Sith, you get to play as him in the game.
Apparently, a very important Final Fantasy VII character.
You get to play as Red
Had no
13
idea.
now as well, which you didn't get to play as in the first one because he was just a party member. You couldn't touch him. Open world looks sick, looks absolutely fucking crazy. This game is just blowing the fucking roof off of everything that people would think about with Final Fantasy VII. This is clearly some direction. I can't even understand the direction that we're going at this point because it seems like the one fabled scene is going to happen in this game. And Square even mentioned that we know people are looking forward to seeing that one scene in this game. The scene is essentially Sephiroth coming down and stabbing fucking Aerith and killing her.
Yeah, we got that. We thought you were trying to be delicate with it, but I guess not.
Oh, it doesn't matter. So, because that I have a very good feeling that is not going to happen.
Yeah, she's gonna come down and stab him.
I think the person sitting there won't be Aerith. There's some heavy theories going around that the person sitting there is going to be Cloud.
What about Zack?
No, Zack's going to be in replace of Cloud. So essentially, Cloud will be the one who stabbed, and Zack will have taken his place, which is what Aerith wanted. Because she didn't want Cloud dead,
up.
but she wanted Zack back, and the only way to happen is the sacrifice is going to have to be made that way. And I think
That's fucked up of Aerith to do that, but
yeah. Well,
is she
we'll
the
see how
bad
this-
guy?
Oh, we were thinking that for a while because we're like, Aerith, you know a lot more than you're leading on to know. Like,
Is that why Sephiroth was like, trust in me?
yes, he also said, "I'm waiting. I'll be waiting for you, Cloud." Like, somebody counted how many times he said that in the trailer, and it was like, I don't know, 18 or 19 fucking times he said, "I'll be waiting."
Anytime he spoke, I was like, they're gonna fuck. That's what's going on here. I don't know what this tension is. And then the look came up. God, it's so fucking funny, the look they gave each other.
The dual finishers look crazy. I can't wait to try that. This game is apparently over 100 hours long, and it's just gonna be a journey. From start to finish, this fucking game's gonna be a crazy
Chocobo's
ass
climbing
journey.
walls. There's a vampire, a giant snake, a Segway.
Vincent is back, so I don't know if he's in any playable form, but like having Vincent here is insane because he wasn't available to like Dirge of Cerberus afterwards, or even I think the last part of FF7. I'm not 100% versed with that knowledge there, but I know he didn't appear till later on in the FF7 franchise. A lot of things are getting rewritten, and this is obviously this is a different timeline. This is a different game. So let's see what goes on. But FF7 Rebirth looks like it's going to be going down as one of the greatest, craziest fucking games of the generation, according to the trailer. It looks beautiful. It looks stunning. It is a PS5 only title. Sorry, everybody who played it on PS4 only for FF7 Remake. It is a PS5 only title as of right now. It looks like exclusivity is only for 3 months, so I'm assuming it'll come to PC afterwards. I don't think Papa Ryan has let Square's balls go yet because I think he's like, hey, keep it on PS5. Don't let it go to Xbox because Phil Spencer was like, hey, it's not up to us, it's up to Square. And Square's like, but we love Sony's cock in our ass. Just keep going. And
Interesting.
you know, that's I think that connection will stay for quite a bit, especially given Final Fantasy 16 and the way Sony's been definitely marketing for that, and along with FF7 Rebirth. But Rebirth looked crazy. It was every bit of hype that I thought it was going to be. It's given me like heavy Kingdom Hearts vibes with like how everything is happening, and even Adam was audibly going, "What the fuck is this?"
I gotta be honest. Once the segue showed up, and then the dancing, and then the mini games, I was like, "Yeah, this is not a game for me." And anytime Genesis makes fun of what I'm playing, I'm just gonna be like, "Watch that trailer again and let me get back to me." You know what I mean? Adam, what are you doing? Remodeling a house. Well, that seems like a waste of your time. Hey, go be a Roblox fighting character in whatever mini game the hell that was. What the fuck? Fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots? I don't know what the hell was going on there. But no, it looked good. The only thing that bothered me in the trailer, their mouths are so stiff when they speak. It's so weird that like it looks like that. But honestly, it might just be an old trailer.
I think that's an older build trailer because in FF7
Even if
Remake,
it's not, it still looks very pretty.
Their mouths didn't look like that in 7
Yeah,
Remake.
yeah, very
so.
strange that in the
Yeah.
only when it was like close up on like it's not every scene either, but only sometimes it would show up, especially Cloud's mouth. It just looked like his lips were just not moving the way they should be moving. But I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a big deal, that game looks like it's gonna be that game might be something. That game might be something. Also,
Insane.
release date, it's coming on Leap Day, February 29th of next year, 2024.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. By the time the next part comes out, it'll only have been 2 years.
Honestly, it might be Leap Day again when the next part comes out.
Man.
But yeah, crazy there.
That was that was the end of State of Play, and my heart was once again broken because Stellar Blade was not there. So
no Stellar Blade, no Sony first party, really, except Spider-Man.
yeah.
So that brings us to another thing we have to settle. I made a bet with Genesis. I said, Genesis, there's going to be 2 first party that aren't Spider-Man here. And I was wrong. Literally the day we heard of what this conference was going to be, I was wrong. Because they were like, it's going to be third party and some of our indie partners. And I'm like, fuck. I already lost.
Glimmer of hope.
Hey. And then they showed Spider-Man, and I was like, don't fucking show Spider-Man. And then they talked about it, and I was like, oh! So, like, you know. But, yeah, so I lost that. So let me just pull up my Venmo, I believe it's called. Type in... What the hell is this man's name?
Genesis. Yes.
I found you. I believe we said 25 buckaroos.
And buckaroos, good sir.
And I'm going to put a fun little emoji. Boom.
Received.
I didn't send it yet.
No, I've already received it.
How? Okay, now it's
yeah, now I see it. There you go.
So yeah, I lost that bet. It was a pleasure betting you. I really wish I won. I also really wish we got more Sony first party stuff. We still have literally no idea what's coming out next year.
We have zero clue.
We have literally no clue about any Sony first party single player games that they're working
anything past
Isn't that
this year.
weird?
It's very strange that we literally have no idea. Like we obviously we know Wolverine's a thing, but we don't know when that's coming out. We know Ghost of Tsushima 2 is a thing, but actually we don't because they never confirmed it. Even though we know Sony, just fucking say it. Like Horizon 3 probably a sure thing, but when's it coming out? Like it's just we don't know. Way too early for Horizon 3. I'll throw that out there. But
Horizon multiplayer though, baby.
We just give us something, Sony. But hey, thank you for this, I guess. it wasn't a terrible conference. I gotta be honest. After I watched it, I was like, I was real down on it because it was not at all what I wanted. Not even my expectations were too high. It just wasn't. It's just like, yeah, Sony, you did this conference, but all of these games could have been at a Jeff Keighley showcase, or literally any other showcase. Because when I think of a lot of these brands, I necessarily don't think Sony, like except Final Fantasy. So that's how I felt. Except Spider-Man and Final Fantasy, I guess you'd say. But yeah, overall, I think it was a well-paced show. Because I did sit down and actually watch the whole thing. I thought I kind of missed the disembodied voice, but I thought the third party, the head of third party, Sean, I thought she did a great job. It was nice seeing a face, and her just being like, "This is what I'm fucking doing for you guys," and then games just fucking hitting. And honestly, as I'm watching it, I was like, oh shit, there's something for Destinoto. Oh shit, there's something for Genesis and me. Oh shit, there's another thing for Genesis. Kevin, you're covered by other things, so I wasn't worried about you. But yeah, I was just like, hey, the boys are happy, I'm happy. I think this was a solid show. I still think it's like a 7 though. It's kind of mid, but it was still solid.
I'd probably agree with 7 or 7.5.
Yeah,
if
7.5.
If it even had Stellar Blade and another Sony first party or second
Rise
party,
of the Ronin,
man,
they could have had like
yeah, it would have immediately jumped up to an 8 or 8.5. Like
fucking what's going on? What's going on with Astrobot? What the hell?
I mean, let's be real here. If it had Stellar Blade, it would have been an 11 for me out of 10. So that'd have been it. But
oh yeah. I mean, Destinoto and I would have been.
Soul Aside.
Oh God.
There was another Chinese game.
Black Myth Wukong.
No.
I don't want that one.
That's good. That was
like
at Xbox's thing.
It was kind of like Ghost, but it was a Chinese.
Was it Rise
game.
of the Ronin?
No.
No, I know what he's talking about. It's the other one.
Oh, the one where I thought it was a lady?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was, but yeah.
I don't know what the name of that game is.
Yeah, the one where the very beautiful man, not Lies of P, because it's a very beautiful boy.
I heard Lies of P is doing well.
Yeah, it's apparently alright. It's the closest you're gonna get to Bloodborne, which is pretty cool for people, I guess.
Another year, another missing Bloodborne remaster or remake.
Yeah, hey, maybe Jeff Keighley showcase. Keep holding out, guys.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, overall, this is all right, and they showed what they showed, and
nothing from Microsoft. They're quiet.
What?
I said nothing from Microsoft. They've been quiet.
Yeah, nothing from Microsoft. They didn't say anything. They had no issues. They didn't have any news stories, and
no, not
other than that, it was a quiet week.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, you said no news story last week. No news story this week. You're actually right this time. So crazy stuff. Also, Unity. That's a fucking mess.
Unity's
still.
totally backed down, right? They've totally.
Nope.
No.
They backed down. I would say 90%, but then they're now at like capping fees, and people are like, the trust is gone. The trust is absolutely gone. The Terraria devs are like, we're donating $100,000 to these 2 game engines, and we're donating $1,000 a month until they're in working order. So then we can start porting games over to them. Like, there's so many.
I mean,
so many devs
Unity,
are just
though,
backing out.
Is that dude from EA who just was like, hey, we should monetize every time they fucking hit a reload button in Battlefield.
Yeah, that was a whole thing where he wanted to charge people $1, and everybody was like, that is a terrible idea. You don't know how games work. And then also, he's the one where he sold a bunch of stock and then announced this. So, some sketchy things going on there, but at the same time, like...
How do you charge people $1 to reload? Is that a microtransaction that would have to go through every time you have to reload a magazine?
Don't even think about it because it's so stupid.
Well, you'd have your credit card on file.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. It's a stupid thing.
reload,
Don't give them ideas, Destinoto. Stop it. Don't figure this out for them.
Kevin, that's a brilliant business idea. We should do that. Let's make a game and make it so that every time you got to reload, you have you charge them a penny. No, nothing. Kevin. Oh, Kevin's dead. Kevin's dead. Okay, all right then. Well,
All right.
then I tried.
R.I.P. Kevin. He was a good man.
Yeah.
He died doing what he loved.
I guess, yeah, which was jerking off to cats, you know.
What the fuck? No. 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 But anyways,
who's that YouTuber who did that? What's his
Shane
name?
Dawson. You're thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a weird little guy.
He fucked a cat or something? Is that what he did?
He made a joke about it, and then people were like, he might have actually done this. And then there was like videos like him being weird. He's creepy and he's bad on all levels, and we don't even need to get into that one.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about some leaked documents that came out from
for
Microsoft.
who? No.
I know, right?
Couldn't
Insane.
be. Did a judge also say that it was actually them who did it?
I can't even believe it.
Because
our judicial system is broken, Adam.
Because everybody was like, it wasn't Microsoft, it was the FTC, and then reports came out that it wasn't the FTC, it was Microsoft, and then reports came out that it wasn't Microsoft, it was their lawyers, and then reports came out, and they're like, no, it was actually California, they did it somehow. And then reports came out, and the judge was like, it was fucking Microsoft, because they don't know how to fucking share a PDF. You want to share a PDF? Oops, you accidentally shared 36 terabytes of internal documents.
How do you accidentally share 36 terabytes?
Because they uploaded it to the FTC's website, not realizing that it was a public website, and also it was mislabeled or something. It was a whole thing. This might change
Somebody planned this.
Yeah, it was they didn't plan this. It was like it's probably going to change how the FTC does stuff.
They definitely did not plan this, though. 110. There's
No,
things in there
I've
that
seen.
They didn't want people to know.
Yeah, I've seen.
At all.
I've seen like a lot of like, I don't know, like just fucking the echo chamber of people being like, "Oh, this was like a stealth marketing thing," and I'm like, "This isn't a stealth marketing thing.
No.
This is literally a huge issue for them. This ruins so many things.
Oh yeah.
It changes the perspective of so many people. It is absolutely wild how much came out this morning in the middle of the night.
Yeah. So I started posting this about like 1 a.m. last night, 2 a.m. I think, looking at this, and I was floored when I first saw this. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I got to put this in the chat, but as I'm reading this, I'm just like, oh my God, what is all of this? I'll pick and choose some segments, and then whatever I don't cover, Adam, just fill in some of those blanks for me afterwards. So, I mean, let's talk about the highlight, man. Kevin, are you back, by the way? Because I didn't hear you. I heard you grunt for a little bit, but okay. So let's talk about the highlights of this, right? The biggest highlight, the mid-gen refresh of the Xbox Series X, which is supposedly supposed to hit next year. And I thought Microsoft just got done saying, hey guys, there's no mid-gen refresh. We're happy with the way the Series X is. By the way, this is why we made a Series S, so that you have a low and a high end console for the generation we have here. We're also releasing a 1 terabyte version of the Series S. Actually, just kidding. We had internal documents stating that we're going to be releasing a Series X refresh. That's a cylinder now.
That was actually a mock-up. That was not an actual prototype of it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, but it's got Wi-Fi 6E built in. It is quieter. It is more powerful. It has a better chipset in the actual Xbox console. Its code name is Brooklyn, and it also is coming with a new controller. which is going to feature adaptive triggers. They're trying to copy a DualSense here. A new ergonomic bottom design. It didn't look they specified anything about the joysticks. They said improved joysticks. Whatever that means. I don't know what that exactly means. It is a redesigned Xbox controller essentially that was supposed to come with the mid-gen refresh at the end of 2024. So we're going to see that in holiday of 2024. And the biggest piece with this console, no disk drive. It was going to be a cloud-based or downloadable based only console. It was, I think, going to come in a higher storage than the original Xbox Series X. I think I remember reading that in the leaked document. But my God, these are all things they were probably saving to show at some big ass showcase and surprise people and be like, "Well, guys, look at this!" And it's just out in the open now. It's just out there now.
So a lot of these documents are from they're not recent. So a lot of them are like from 2020, 2021, and a lot of it's Bethesda stuff too. Most documents literally coming from the Bethesda acquisition. That's why there's not like mention of Halo and stuff like that, really.
Yep.
Because it's not all of Xbox's first party, and definitely things have changed since these documents were created. But yeah, a diskless Xbox, honestly, I wouldn't even consider that much of a refresh because it's not like it's a Pro. It's got a couple little things, but like diskless, whatever. You can sell a disk drive. Microsoft already sells them for PCs. Fuck it, you could do it with an Xbox.
That's what I was thinking too. They'll probably put alongside a disk drive.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it cheaper. Probably will cost the same price or a little less, and then you can buy a disk drive if you want.
Comes into the same price actually at $499.
Yeah,
they were going to sell it at the same price.
That's crazy.
2 terabytes is what they were putting in this thing, and it was going to be coming in at $499 with the new immersive controller.
Absolutely nuts. New controller. It looks like it has pants on, which is pretty cool. Because the handles of it are black and the top part is white.
I'm not too sure with that, why that looks that way, but I don't know.
It's a cool little design. Whatever. Xbox controllers are nice. I'm not gonna knock an Xbox controller for what it is. Any improvement to controllers is nice. Okay. Also, haptics, great. No triggers, but I think that's okay.
Lift to wake for the controller. That is something that I think should be standard on every single controller that is
not me.
There. Lift to wake, you don't think would be a cool function for battery life alone?
I move my controllers.
Yeah, that's fine, but when you're just sitting there watching a show or something on your PlayStation, right? That lift to wake, that's preserving your battery life. Your controller just goes to sleep.
My controller goes to sleep after 10 minutes.
Yeah, but then you gotta press the PlayStation button to make it come back on again.
Wait, if you're watching shows, don't you have yours plugged in?
No. Where's it plugged in?
My charger is right next to me. I usually put it on it, if I'm honest, but depends how long of the thing
I'm watching anything.
Weird. I don't do that.
Why would it's like a TV remote, my guy?
You plug a TV remote
near you. No, you just keep it anywhere near because you just gotta press buttons. You don't have to use the controller physically. You just tap the face buttons.
Yeah, but
now Genesis is watching Netflix and getting ready to fucking press R2 at any moment.
It's just near me. I just put it on the floor and I put it right next to me.
He's just rewatching Iron Man 1, pretending he's playing it.
I get.
I'll get you, Obadiah.
I'm not bashing Kevin for anything they're saying. He brings a valid point. I could just put it on a charger. I'm just saying, I keep it next to me. So, lift to wake for me is cool. I like that idea.
I gotta be honest.
I've heard of.
I cannot tell you the last time I plugged in a wire to my controller.
You just put it on the stand to charge.
I just put it on the stand, and the stand is right next to where I'm sitting currently.
Right.
So.
I have mine plugged in all the time.
Hey, you do you, man. You do you. I used to be a plugged-in guy, and then my PlayStation now sits real far from me.
They were going to
So-
have a refresh for every single console. The S, the X, there was going to be a total refresh for all. There would have been 3 new consoles coming out with a refresh on each one of them. And Xbox controllers. They all have different code names: Elliewood, Brooklyn, Uther, Sebile, however you pronounce that.
Sebile.
Sybil?
Ingrain.
Yeah,
It's
Kevin,
it's not looking like Sebile. It's Sybil. It's
Maybe
Sebile.
Sabi.
Sebel.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Sebile. I don't know.
Still Sebel.
So, they were going to have this entire lineup, right? Whenever this was going to come out. This was essentially what they were going to do by 2024. Obviously, that could have been pushed a year. That could be in the same year. That, I don't know, maybe the plans got scrapped entirely. I don't know whether they scrapped this entirely, because I think there's a lot of information here that I don't
There's a
think
lot.
would be scrapped entirely. This is more like maybe it might get moved or whatever. The controller would have been launched at $69.99. The refresh Series S would have been $299. The refresh Series X would have been $499. And weirdly enough, the launch timeline shows the Series S coming out August of that year, and then the other one coming out the beginning of November or the end of October of the same year. So weird timeline there. And then we move on to the title release schedule that apparently was planned for 2023 and beyond, right? So again, disclaimer here: this was written as of probably 2020 or 2021. So
I think that 2019 published in 2020 internally.
2020 published. So yes, these are titles based on that point in time where they thought they were going to be in the next 4 years or so. So I'm going to skip the fiscal year 20 because that really doesn't matter there. I'm going to move on to fiscal year 21. So Starfield was supposed to be 2021. Elder Scrolls Online, Redfall, Doom Eternal, Ghostwire Tokyo, Fallout Worlds, which was Fallout 76, Project Hibiki, Project Ubu, and Project Wanderer. Then fiscal year 2022 was supposed to be
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Starfield 2021.
Oh yeah,
I
know.
what-
I don't know what world. I don't.
when
I
they
don't
showed
even know.
that game 6 months ago, they were like, "We're not done. We're not even close to being done." How
I don't
in
know.
the world, Kevin?
I don't.
This always goes back to what you always say about Microsoft. I mean, I feel like we've always said it, but you stuck with it always. They do not know how to develop games. They don't know the timeline. They don't understand anything about the process. If they thought Starfield was coming out in 2021, what? Huh? Wild.
I don't know. They're stupider than I thought.
I wouldn't say it's stupid. I think they're just over ambitious.
No, they're stupid. They're stupid.
Okay, all right, well.
They're stupid.
All right.
Fiscal year 2022, right? Indiana Jones, Oblivion.
We haven't even
Remaster.
seen gameplay. We haven't even seen anything from that game other than a CGI trailer that they showed 4 years ago. Why did they think? I'm sorry. Continue.
It's okay. Elder Scrolls Online expansion and Starfield DLC.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What is this?
Okay. There were also 3 more planned titles, and let me just preface this. There are 2 columns, one for free-to-play mobile and one for console PC. Under free-to-play mobile, 3 other planned titles, no names, just 3 planned titles would have been there.
I gotta be honest, they could have released 38 games for mobile last year, and I would have no fucking clue.
Yeah, right. Fiscal year 2023, Doom Year Zero plus DLC.
And their DLC, you thought Doom Year Zero? They want to do a prequel to Doom. Kevin, they want to do a prequel to 2016 Doom, and then they thought DLC would also come out. That game hasn't been talked about at all.
Yeah, both ideas are terrible.
Kevin, kill me.
No, I want to die
Project-
first. I'm the one who's going to have
Project-
to suck at this game.
Project Kestrel. I don't remember what that was. I think we got some idea of what that is
No
as of the
idea.
last showcase.
No fucking clue.
Okay. I thought I remember Project
I remember
Kestrel.
Kestrel being mentioned.
Right? Am I stupid for the only one? You remember something
no,
like the
I
same
remember
thing.
something about that.
Okay. Well,
The
we'll
only
look it up
reason I remember
afterwards.
something about that is because this is a stretch, but in FTL your starting ship is called the Kestrel, so that I definitely remember that being mentioned. That word sticks with me. FTL, what a good game.
There's a game called Mech Warriors 5 Mercenaries Legend of the Kestrel Lancers.
I don't know whether that was it.
That's literally
MechWarrior
it.
5. They're talking about MechWarrior 5 now.
That's it.
Okay. Elder Scrolls Online expansion again. I don't know how many expansions they intended
They
to have
pump
for
those
this.
suckers out all the time.
There's
so
like 4 now, right? Or something
yeah,
like
I don't know. So that one, sure, that came
Project Platinum. I don't know
out.
what that was going to be.
Scalebound, baby.
Oh, Lord of
I'm
mercy.
making that up. I have no idea what Project Platinum is.
Maybe it could have been one planned title for free to play. Now we move on
to the most
fiscal
bullshit
year.
one.
Oh my god. Fiscal year 2024. Get ready for this, boys.
Just be prepared.
We start the year of 2024 with Elder Scrolls 6.
You sons of bitches. You put out a CGI trailer. I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan, guys. I'm not. Not at all. They put out an Elder Scrolls 6 trailer. What, 5 years ago? 2018, I think it was. And they
and that
clearly...
was mostly just a logo reveal.
It was literally a logo reveal. It was some landscapes and a logo reveal. And
Yeah.
people were like, why did you put this out? It doesn't even look like it's close to being done. And then Xbox kept talking, and they're like, we're working on it, we're doing Starfield first, and then that one's going to come next. And then Bethesda was sold. So clearly they just did that to up their price. And then after Starfield came out, they're like, all right, we're going to start development of Elder Scrolls 6. We were in the pre-development stages. We're now in the development stages of Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know if you guys know anything about game design. I fucking don't. But anytime a game has announced that they're starting development, other than pre-development, that's usually the beginning of development. The pre-development is you're working out the story, you're working out, like, the beats, you're planning everything. Maybe you've done some tech stuff. Maybe you have an idea of what you're doing. Maybe you built a game engine. I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? What? So when they made this, they already announced Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. They were 2 years into the announcement, and they were like, I bet we're going to fucking start on this, and it's going to finish by 2024. I have to imagine this was made pre-COVID, like right before COVID, and then COVID happened, and they were like, "We're fucked." Cause what the fuck? What is this? Also, what the fuck? Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Oh my god.
So we move on
what?
to Project Kestrel expansion.
What the Never mind. Go.
Licensed IP game, whatever the hell that means. And then here
Is
we
that
go,
Indiana
guys.
Jones?
I don't know.
No, Indiana Jones came out 2 years ago at this point. Never mind, guys.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't know what licensed IP game would be. Then
Indiana Jones 2.
God damn it. We get to Fallout 3 Remaster.
Now, honestly, if this was good and it came to PlayStation, I'd probably get this. I'm just throwing that out there.
Elder
they
Scrolls
remastered
Online expansion again.
No, thank you.
Ghostwire Tokyo sequel.
Gotta be honest, I don't think that one's happening ever.
Dishonored 3.
Pretty hype if that happens. Probably not coming to PlayStation, though.
Doom Year Zero DLC.
What the fuck? That's the second DLC for a game we still haven't heard of.
So, yeah.
So Bethesda either was fucking pumping babies out. They were pumping these games out. And if COVID didn't happen and they weren't bought by Microsoft, this all might have happened. You know what I mean? This all could have been a thing. But also, before Bethesda was bought, they were kind of going down a little bit. I'm not saying Microsoft saved them, because I honestly think they could have saved themselves. But at the same time, I mean, Redfall came out still, so clearly Microsoft didn't save them. Redfall is from 2021 in this, and so is Starfield. And we're now in 2023, so there were 2-year delays on those. Redfall should have been delayed probably 3 years, but they were like, we already put money in it, fuck it. So is Indiana Jones coming out next year? Or are we actually going to see it next year, maybe? Because that's 2 years from 2022. Maybe everything in here is delayed by 2 years, at least.
It sounds like that's
Except
the
fucking
cycle.
Elder Scrolls.
Now here's the thing that I feel like has not been delayed, because this essentially lines up with the timeline that we are currently living in. So there's another piece of the document here that talks about their cohesive hybrid compute strategy. In English, essentially what they look like their future of Xbox is going to be in, when their next gen console should be out. According to the timeline it shows here, is their full essentially hybrid computing system they want to have out is going to be in 2028. So according to the timeline, it shows 2001 was Xbox, 2005 was Xbox 360, which brought on the Kinect and a digital media store.
Not in 2005.
Well, yeah, no, the Kinect came out afterwards. Xbox One was 2013, which was the Xbox security processor and the start of Game Pass with DirectX innovation. Xbox Series X was 2020, which brought on Project X Cloud and the DFA/manufacturing. And then their predicted timeline is the next gen Xbox is 2028, which is the perfected cloud hybrid gaming and immersive game and app platform, which is essentially their next platform, which is about $99, which is their Xbox Stick that they keep talking about or keep teasing or keep leaking.
Yeah.
That's apparently what they're talking about there. So according to what it looks like is that there's going to be a console and then the streaming stick that appears in 2028. The streaming stick sounds like it's going to be a like a less than $99 consumer item. It's like essentially that's what I'm reading in this like their Our Vision thing they're talking about.
Stick it in your TV and you got an Xbox for $99.
Yes, essentially, which honestly speaking would sell insane gangbusters to people with Game
If you
Pass.
have an Xbox, I could see them picking up first. And then if that goes well, then I could see mass consumers being like, holy shit, I'm trying. Because if it doesn't work, well, like you can't. You get one shot at that.
So let me preface something quickly here while we have this. That solution is partially already out by Sony with the last PlayStation update they just did. The Chromecast is essentially your $40 item that you can plug into a TV that now allows you to do PlayStation 5 remote play. Now, I have not tested it for myself, and I want to test it and see how it works, if the connection is good and the processor can handle that in a Chromecast. But that's essentially the same idea, right? You plug it into the TV and you can stream your games on that thing. Granted, that's remote play. It needs your PS5 to be on and connected to the internet. This Game Pass does not. You don't have to have an Xbox to do this. You just purchase the fucking thing and you plug it into a TV and you're good to go. But that's why I said partially, essentially, it's been done now by Sony. So going to be curious to see what kind of partnerships Sony pulls out to do something like this, because I don't think they're going to do a piece of hardware on its own. Like Xbox clearly has the budget and the money to do that. I don't think Sony wants to do that. Also, I forgot to mention that the controller has a gyro sensor in it now, that new one that they were talking about. But yeah, I think Sony is trying to go down a different path and form these partnerships to be able to launch similar products that target audiences like that. Clearly, with their last update, it looks like that's what they did. Phil Spencer also goes to talk about at some point buying Nintendo would be a career move for him. He was anticipating trying to buy Bethesda again. This was an older document that was written It does show a timestamp of, I believe, 2020. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the Nintendo thing. It seems like in that one he was literally people like the board of directors were like, you buy Valve, you buy Nintendo, that'll be huge for us. We have the money, we can do it if you need it. And he was like, well, we've tried to buy them before. They were like, no, but like that would be a career move, so we're moving in on it slowly, but it's not something that we're gonna like actually aim for because Nintendo clearly does not want to be bought. Also, they have that huge pile of cash they're sitting on. Like he would love to have Nintendo,
Now,
but in a
what-
way, he
what
was
are-
talking it down. Like we're not gonna buy Nintendo anytime soon, if at all.
What are the actual logical, reasonable chances that they could purchase Nintendo?
They are $1 trillion company. So literally, I don't know the Nintendo board and how they do, but they've already said no before. But I bet if they really, really wanted to, and they really pushed for it, 100% they could buy Nintendo.
I think Nintendo would never agree to it.
I don't think Nintendo would sell
Yeah,
under its current leadership.
Oh my
like
god.
they're a fully Japanese company. Why would they ever let an American?
I mean, if
Company
the
buy it
Americans
out.
coming in with $1 trillion check, I don't know whether they'd say no, but you know.
Yeah, like I don't think they definitely would not buy them for $1 trillion. But like
Their what's their worth? We looked it up previously on the podcast. I'm not
Who?
gonna. Nintendo's worth. It was.
it's like around 100 and something billion. It's I think it's like 80, like is the actual value of them. But
so
like,
they come in with they come in with, let's say, 300 billion.
but at the same, yeah. But I don't think. I just don't. I don't think, and I'll happily. I mean, I'll upsettily, whatever. Fuck it, Kevin. I'm going with it. Add it to the dictionary. I'll upsettily eat my words if I'm wrong. I don't think Microsoft will actually ever buy Nintendo in the foreseeable future. I mean, my opinion can change, but I just don't see that happening.
Can you imagine an Xbox console where you can play all your Nintendo games and your Xbox games?
Yeah, that would be legit. Can you imagine a Nintendo console that actually is powerful?
I don't know what kind of position Sony would be in at that point.
Hey, like, the only thing that would suck about that is the innovation Nintendo has. I bet it would be all gone. Except in
What
their
innovation?
games. Like, innovation with the fucking Switch is an innovation, man. Like, the home
Yeah,
console and
yeah.
stuff. Hey, as much as you dislike them, or I dislike them, or anybody who dislikes them, you gotta admit, they're the reason they sell so well is because they know what they're doing. They've got a formula, whether you like it or not. They got a formula and it works. And they innovate, and the big three, they steal from each other all the time. A lot of the times they're stealing from Nintendo, and Nintendo's stealing from them, but it's all the motion. The whole motion wars were all because of the fucking Wii.
Yeah.
And then that killed Ubisoft.
Good. Good.
Almost.
It
It almost killed
fucking
them
harder.
when they
Should've
did that
fucking
stupid
killed them harder.
tablet, because they're like, the Wii U! And then the Wii U came out, and people were like, this is trash. And Nintendo was like, oh, fuck, we gotta make something better. So then they made this fucking home console, and then Valve saw that, and they were like, Steam Deck, baby, let's do it. We've had this idea, but can we do it? And they were like, fuck yeah, we can do it, now that we see how viable the fucking Switch market is. Like, Nintendo's doing stuff. Meanwhile, PlayStation's like, I got a Vita. Anybody want a Vita? It means life. Oh, never mind, it's dead.
Vita was great for its time, but yeah, it died.
Yeah, it died.
Also, so let me just move on to those last part, and then whatever gaps I missed, you can definitely fill. So this is theoretical. Theoretical prices that Microsoft would have to pay to get games on Game Pass day one. So, for example, Red Dead 2, they'd have to pay $5 million a month. $5 million a month?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Why is that
Suicide.
monthly?
I don't
Because
know why that one's monthly.
it's just what they assumed, and I assume that's what they paid for, like, GTA 5.
GTA 5 is showing 12 to 15 million monthly.
Yeah, because GTA 5 fucking ranks in a lot of money. But it still sells literally all the time.
Oh my god. Suicide
There's
Squad
like 100.
250.
What are they at? 160 or 180 million versions of GTA 5 have been sold.
I don't know.
Copies. Fucking Kevin, stop buying GTA 5. All right, you're making the rest of us look bad.
Suicide Squad 250 mil. Jedi Star Wars Survivor 300 mil. Mortal Kombat 1 250 mil. Baldur's Gate 3 5 mil. Gotham Knights 30 mil. What a ripoff that would have been. Assassin's Creed Rift. I don't know what the fuck that is. Rift.
I think that's supposed to be Mirage.
Okay, so that would have been 100 mil. That another fucking ripoff. Stupid shit. GTA 5 12 to 15 mil a month. Dying Light 250 mil. Another ripoff. Lego Star Wars 35 mil, Dragon Ball The Breakers 20 mil, absolute ripoff. Oh my god, Microsoft would have been killing themselves if they paid 20 million for that. Return to Monkey.
It's supposed to be Monkey. All right, let's not. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
I just wanted to see somebody said anything to me. Return to Monkey Island would have been 5.
Monkey.
That's pretty fair. Wreckfest 2, 10 to 14 mil. I feel like that's a little bit of a ripoff.
Wreckfest 2 came out?
No, this is again theoretical.
They made up Wreckfest 2? Was that even announced?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just Dance would have been 5 million. Another fucking ripoff. Blood Runner 5 million. Glitch Busters 5 million. I don't know what the fuck those two last games were.
I have no idea. Also, Just Dance 5 million. How many fucking people play Just Dance? I know it's not as popular as it was, but I mean it's more popular on the fucking Nintendo. That's why most of the time they mostly just make the Nintendo version. But like,
yeah, they don't make it on the other ones anymore, really. So
absolutely insane how much they are willing to pay to put a game on Game Pass.
For some of these, they would definitely be losing money. Some of them would gain a ton of money. I'm not gonna lie with that, but those, my god, those are just.
I cannot. I mean, I could see fucking Baldur's Gate 3 making the money. Honestly, GTA 5 could make the money.
I agree with that.
There's 300 million for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Stupid, just stupid.
Like Star Wars is popular, but at the same time, like,
it ain't gonna make back $300 million. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. Suicide Squad 250? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, at that time, I don't think they could have gauged Batman's voice actor passing away, and also all the hype for DC, at any point in time.
What did the death of Kevin Conroy have to do with it?
I'm sure Suicide Squad would probably sell more because that's his last voice acting
that's
for his
fair.
game.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That'll probably sell more because people will want to buy it just for him.
Oh yeah, I do.
So, that'll probably play a factor into it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Adam.
It's okay.
So that's that'll be a thing there. A lot of these games though, they would not make the money back that they would spend. Again, these are theoretical prices, but let's just say for all intents and purposes, they did pay these prices. Microsoft, how the fuck are you still a profitable fucking company? I understand. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm like, yeah, I guess Windows. Fucking jeez, man. They have that much money to just throw around that even if they're not profitable there, it's fine. God, Lord. All right, what did I miss? What holes do we need filling in?
The one in the couch cushions.
Help me, step bro, I'm stuck. The Red Dead Redemption 2 patch, the next gen patch, that was something, or next gen upgrade. That was something that was in the docs. As far as we know, that was canceled. But people again got excited for it, so there might be a chance again for it. That would be great. I'd be pretty excited. I'd play that. I mean, I think the game is still fucking beautiful on just a PS5. I mean PS4, but backwards compatibility mode, and I think it actually looks better. But yeah, honestly, you covered a lot of it. The mobile stuff was so stupid. Because it didn't look like they were getting into the handheld market. I'm pretty sure they're not. Based on everything I've read. It just looked like something they were looking at because they're a company and they look at every option. I just want to say this absolutely sucks for Microsoft. I feel bad for a lot of the employees there who work hard there and try to, create surprises and stuff. And a lot of this will be used against them at every showcase for the next 5 years. Be
Get
like,
fucked,
where's this game?
Microsoft.
At the same time, some of the way these people speak in emails, it's just like, what are you doing? You sound like babies. Like, Jim Ryan never came across as honestly, a very good person in his emails. But most of the time you see him in an email, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. It's Jim Ryan, or he'll be like, yeah, I don't like it, but, it's legal. Like, he's saying what he says. Phil Spencer has time and time again proven himself to literally be lying to people. Like, there's Corpo speak, and then there's Phil Spencer Corpo speak. Documents have come out that have literally proven that Elder Scrolls 6 exclusivity has been determined as of 4 years ago. And Phil Spencer, last week, was asked directly about Elder Scrolls 6 being a console exclusive, and he said, we take it by a case-by-case basis. And everybody is pulling up that quote and being like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this? Why, I just don't understand. Like, why the fuck are you just still lying? Just put out a statement like Sony did with Bungie. Or put out a statement and be like, blank statement, every fucking game it's going to be from Bethesda is going to be exclusive. Sorry, fuck you, goodbye. Except remasters because they were already on there, or except franchises. But then it's just, how is this still so wordy? So many years after this fucking
I think
acquisition.
Phil Spencer, and again, this is me coming off of an experience of being in a company that went through an acquisition, went through like a hype guy that essentially took us from 0 to 100. Phil Spencer is there for just, he is just a PR guy now, and he is doing such a shit ass job.
But he's not just the PR guy.
But Adam, he's been caught lying so many times. How can this dude continue to be the face of Xbox and people still have trust in this dude after he just gets caught lying time after time?
Oh, because the people who are pissed at him lying are people on other consoles. The Xbox people aren't mad that he's lying. They don't give a fuck if it's exclusive or not. They're like, we have it, we don't care. That's why. Because his fan base and his BOD, baby, they're happy. They're good with Phil. I don't know if they're good with him now, after all this. I would assume yes still, because it seems in every email, Satya would come to Phil's defense and be like, hey, you got this, Phil, good luck. We're behind you if you need anything. Because whatever he's doing right. So that's that. Like, Phil could be.
I can go fuck himself.
Phil could be the enemy of PlayStation. I still don't see him as the enemy of PlayStation. I think the enemy of PlayStation is literally PlayStation. I really wish Jim Ryan or somebody else in PlayStation was as transparent as Phil Spencer was, as he is to Xbox fans. I really still wish that was the case. I don't like Phil Spencer because he just doesn't seem like he's all about game preservation, and then he talks about how physical games and game preservation is so important. And he's like, yeah, we're looking at a discless version. Of course he is. Like, he's a businessman, but at the same time, that kind of goes against what he believes. Even though they're still preserving games digitally, but at the same time, they're shutting down the 360 store. Like, there's so much where I'm like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? But at the same time, Jim Ryan says nothing to us, and when he does speak, I want to punch his face. Let's talk about the games.
To be honest, I'd rather take Jim Ryan than Phil Spencer. I keep getting caught in his lies of, I want to do this, but then I say this.
Jim
and
Ryan was talking a lot at one point about PlayStation, and he just lied all about it.
So he's not lying anymore. Phil just keeps fucking lying.
Hey, again, he's not lying to the Xbox people. He's lying to everybody else. Which is, do what you want, man. Jim Ryan's either going to be honest, or he's going to lie because he wants people to buy more PlayStations. Or they'll increase the price by something by 40% and just have no explanation for it.
Go ahead.
Even though more people have gone to their blog in the last couple weeks than literally ever before. But no, they don't got to say nothing. And then this whole leak, PlayStation might see this and go, I'm happy.
PlayStation is silent through this whole leak. Not even like a fucking meme comes out. 19 Inches of Venom comes out, but no fucking meme for the leak.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't make a joke of that. This is like a huge deal. This is like one of the largest corporate leaks in recent memory, if not of all time. This is huge.
Somebody's losing their job and getting prosecuted by Microsoft.
There will be legal ramifications for this. This is huge. Like, this is a huge breach of trust. I'm absolutely shocked by how much has come out. Like, reading it this morning, I was on the floor. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god! I was like, this looks like, when I saw that Xbox discless version, I'm like, this looks like the fucking T-Mobile, like, Wi-Fi thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this? Like, this is not fucking Xbox.
You start having flashbacks and
then
hot flashes go on.
And then I gotta be honest, I was like, I could have this as a console. It's kind of cute,
No.
small.
No.
You know, play some Starfield. You know what I mean? And then in the year 2084, play some Elder Scrolls 6 on launch day. And yeah, you know.
Did you at any point think that this was something fake that somebody made up? Because I did.
Yeah, yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, this looks like... Honestly, it looked like my college project of what I did for Sony. I made up... Well, I used a lot of their information. I created a whole 2020... I think it was a 2016 or 2015 marketing report, and how they would go through different, like, who are the enemies, who are the threats, who's like we have to worry about. Like, I literally did a whole SWOT analysis on all of Sony and specifically the PlayStation brand, and some of the Photoshop I did looked like some of these pictures. Like, it was the black backgrounds with, like, except mine were like the white backgrounds with blue text because it was PlayStation, so it used that color scheme. And like, I even pulled up the PlayStation logo and like color dipped on the logo so I can get the same colors in it. I got a really high grade on that. But yeah, it was. I saw this and I was like, this is what the hell. And then I was scrolling through Twitter and I didn't even look at your text. I'll be honest. Because when I wake up, I'm like, I'll respond to people when I feel like responding to people. And I open Twitter, and I'm like, there's so much going on Twitter. And then I was like, I got to look at these texts. And then I just see everyone talking at like 1 in the morning. And I'm like, why is Cassandra awake at 1:32 in the morning? Like, what's going on here? And then I see Genesis and Desinoto talking. And then fucking Desinoto sending links later. Or was it Genesis? I don't know. Somebody sending links late. And
Was
I'm
me.
like, oh, was it you? Yeah,
Mhm.
it was nuts. It was absolutely, yeah, 205. Oh, and then the last person who spoke was Desinoto, where he said, oh yeah, it says Starfield 2021. Lol, Phil is such a jokester. So, everybody was up. And then,
Godspeed to whoever is going to go through the legal fight in this, because you are about to get fucking sued till you're dead.
yeah,
I don't know who the
I,
hell fucking uploaded this and made this mistake, but that person's about to get their ass ripped open.
yeah. But yeah, huge. This is the biggest Xbox leak ever.
Phil and Satya are probably very fucking pissed right now.
I can't. Phil had a Twitter. He actually said something.
He sent an email.
Yeah, that email was something, but he actually had like a public response too. We've seen the conversation around old emails and documents, and it's hard to see our team's work shared in this way because so much has changed, and there's so much to be excited about right now. In the future, we will share the real plans when we are ready. That is the tweet. The email went further into depth. I mean, honestly, perfect response. Jim Ryan wouldn't say a fucking thing if this happened.
That's fine. The damage, you see, for me, the damage control is not needed because, Phil, your plans are already out in the open. What are you going to do? Fucking shift your entire market to something else?
They're not out in the open. These are old. These are changed. Most of these are not true.
But Adam, there's no way. This has only been 4 years, right? There's no way that their entire thought process and overall picture of the future has changed that drastically. If anything,
it definitely has.
You're telling me that they have just gone off with the idea of a mid-gen refresh. These games are now what?
There are still things that are still gonna be in a timeline, of course, but like, they might be like, maybe we don't need a mid-gen refresh, or maybe we could postpone the mid-gen refresh. And honestly, let's not even do that console until much later. Like, there are so many things that change in a company from quarter to quarter, month to month, day to day. I've worked at the company I work at for a year and about 4 months now. I don't even know. I'm not doing the math. And when I first started, they were talking about stuff. I mean, I can't share specifics about anything, unfortunately. But they were talking about stuff, and then the next quarter they were talking about stuff, and then the most recent one we had, they were talking about things that had nothing to do with anything they talked about in the very first meeting I was there for. They talked about, like, plans that were so far in the future the first meeting, and then this meeting, they were like, we're not doing any of that. We're doing this. Like, they're very open about doing this shit. It's very boring sometimes, but whatever. But, like, how much it changes based on inflation rates, based on percentages, based on other companies' reactions, a lot of things change. And I have to be honest. All of these things are so wrong at this point that we're looking at these. Again, these are documents from when they were buying Bethesda. So a lot of these are like real old and clearly all out of whack. It doesn't include all of Xbox first party stuff. It doesn't include the Activision stuff and how that affected them. There was talks about like them buying Warner Brothers Interactives, and fucking Phil liked hearing the Sega rumors. It's just, there's so much here where it's like, yeah, some of those things could still be there, but so much has changed. Like, is their strategy different? No, they've had the same strategy, but like, we don't even really know their strategy other than Game Pass more Game Pass more, give me more Game Pass, everybody get on Game Pass. Game Pass has not grown in 2 years. Like, because it's still sitting at 25 million people. So yes, things change. A lot of these things are just up in the air and definitely not where they were before.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got anything to mention regarding the Microsoft leak? Kevin, you got anything?
Get fucked.
I would agree.
Kevin, wise words as always.
Desinoto, what
There's
you
not
got?
much to say. I mean,
Wow,
this just
go ahead,
confirms
Kevin, sorry.
everything I've always said about Microsoft. They don't know what the fucking shit they're doing. They can't put out games. They stifle their studios. They make them like put out games when they're not ready after they've stifled the studio. I mean, the same thing happened with Elder Scrolls 6. Elder Scrolls 6 had some part of something done, and then Bethesda got bought by Microsoft. Microsoft wanted Elder Scrolls 6 on their stuff exclusively, so they told Bethesda to scrap the project so they could restart it again, and then it's technically a new thing, so they could technically say, hey, now it's only on our stuff.
Which they still
Classic.
refuse to say in public for some reason. Weird stuff.
But, I don't know. I mean, Indiana Jones, what, 2026, 2027? I don't know. Because the people who are supposed to be working on Indiana Jones just got done working on the Quake 2 remaster. Yup.
Yeah.
Microsoft wants too many things at once. And then when it doesn't get it, it pushes games that aren't ready. See Redfall. I'm surprised Starfield actually was like good, but I mean Bethesda, I think, kind of has a little bit of an upper hand over Microsoft because their stuff seems to be alright. But Fallout 3 remaster, no thank you. Oblivion remaster, no thank you. I don't know what this Doom game is, but after whatever the fuck it was called, no thank you. Give me Quake. Move on to something new. Doom Eternal. Oh my god, please. Doom Eternal was terrible.
All right. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Real quick, Kevin, I saw this earlier, and I know you would love this, in a sarcastic way. Phil Spencer sent an email internally because he was mad about how they really nailed 2022 because they had a game basically launch every quarter. But then in 2023, shit was just falling apart, and they're like, this is not good. You need to go out there and you need to find like third-party deals and stuff, which was another whole thing about him lying about third-party and how like, ooh, fucking exclusivity is ruining the fucking games. Whatever, it's not important. But they were very happy with their 2022 year of games. And I just found that so funny because every time we talk about Xbox, Kevin, you're like, they haven't been consistent 1 year. And you're right. You're absolutely right. 2022 was the closest they got, but
I don't even remember what the hell happened in 2022.
Neither do I.
Halo Infinite.
No, that's 2020.
Oh god, Halo Infinite's been out for that long? That game's beyond dead.
Yeah, or is it 2021?
It was in beta for like a year.
I think it was
this might be part of the same conversation, but interestingly enough, Phil Spencer also made a statement regarding a potential exit from the gaming business.
Thank God.
These quotes are extracted from the investigational hearing conducted as part of the FTC commission into Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard and Activision. Essentially, to sum it up, if Microsoft does not get enough Game Pass subscribers by 2027, they intend on exiting the gaming business.
Oh my God! All right, we have to have an emergency announcement now. Everybody, drop it. Drop Game Pass right now. Come on, please, please. We don't need Microsoft in this shit anymore, especially with them getting Activision and Blizzard. Come on. No.
Is this an old statement or is this like recent?
This is a statement as of, let's take a look at the date of the article.
Is it part of the leaked documents?
This is September 19th, so...
Yeah, this is part of the leak, too.
Yep, it is.
So, I mean, this could have changed, too.
Well, so also, let me also preface this as well.
2029?
No. So let me preface this real quick.
Yeah, that was good, Kevin.
Their projected, what they were going to project, what they were supposed to have for Game Pass subscribers in 2022 was 31 million. That's what they projected to have in 2022.
31 million? Are you drunk?
Yeah, so that they're
Honestly,
already
31
behind,
million, it should be very possible.
They are behind their numbers though, so they are definitely behind what originally was what was projected or expected. I'm sure this has been adjusted given what happened, but here's the thing: the cloud, not the cloud, Game Pass is one of the things that would have been positively impacted by COVID. Given that people were home, people needed to be subscribed more, people wanted to play more games, people wanted to pick up different hobbies. So the fact that they lowered their forecasted projection for 2022, but their original forecast was 31 mil and they only ended at about 23 mil. Am I correct with that number?
I believe so. The current public number is 25. Because somebody, a Microsoft employee, because Microsoft is having a week ago, posted that it was 30 million, and then their thing was updated to 25.
So so this is the thing that is I guess the whole not. Hello, Jack Raider. Sorry, Jack Raider says hello in our chat. Hello, Jack Raider.
Hello, Jack. They do not give console numbers, but there is an estimate.
Jack Raider, we're talking about the leaked documents that came out from Microsoft from over the weekend regarding the FTC.
That is last night.
I say over the weekend, I think, because that was last night. Never mind, it was last night. I'm sorry, Jack Raider, I'm wrong. It was last night. So if you don't know what we're talking about, get up to speed on Twitter or get the fuck out. So, you know.
Wow. Okay. Honestly, you might be able to just follow along. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm joking, Jack. If you want to catch us on YouTube, go on youtube.com. Oh yeah, all right. Get the fuck out. See you later, man.
What did he say?
He said you used too many big words, so I'm getting the fuck out.
Wow. All right. Big words.
All right then. Yeah, Jack.
Wow.
Thanks for stopping by. So
what was the big word you used?
I don't know. The FTC. I don't know.
That's an acronym.
So essentially, I'm sorry. The point I was making before Jack Raider was talking here is that they are behind schedule on something that should have positively been impacting according to COVID and what COVID did to the business, right? If we're looking at in terms of what they expected would have been at the end of 2022, right now at the end of 2023, right? Let's say they gain another 2 million in the next, I don't know, a couple of months remaining to the end of the year. Let's say they end 2023 with 27 mil. That means they're still they're now oh god, they're probably close to 10 million behind schedule forecast. If I was looking at the original forecast, they're probably up to like 42, 43 mil by 2023 based on the projection that they had. It looks like about a 10 million increase per year is what they were expecting.
Yeah.
But they're already behind by 4. So if they don't hit a number by let's go with Destinoto's thought, right? Maybe they did change the dates up until 2029 now because they're anticipating it's going to take a longer time for this to happen. That's just more money they're going to milk into this, and they're going to have to essentially burn to keep this going, right?
Yeah.
Because as we've talked about on this podcast before, in order to keep Game Pass relevant, you have to keep adding those brand new games on there. You have to keep adding so many titles on there. You have to keep it fresh for people to stay subscribed.
Content.
Yes. So to burn more money, let's say it's been pushed to 2029. I don't think Microsoft's going to last till then, given the trajectory of this growth. And to Kevin's point, they don't know how the fuck to develop things. They don't know how to do any of this. And it's yeah, I'm sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
I'll be the optimist. I think they'll figure it out by next year.
I
say this every year.
I say it every year. I know you do. I know. But I think Microsoft, even 2027, is too late. I think if they don't figure this out by 2025 and get their shit together, we may see some sort of exit of Microsoft by 26. Because it is costing them a shit ton to do this. It really is. You have to, if they projected to 31 and an annual growth of about 10 to 12 million, we would be sitting at almost 50 million at this point.
Yeah, it's nuts what they expected. There was that news story about how it stagnated from January of 22 to December or November of 2022. Where
It's
it literally
weird that was
did
their
not
best
grow.
year too, as well.
I know.
For series.
That's why
So
they're
weird.
like, what the fuck? Kevin, you asked the question of how much it sold. I think whatever Sony's at minus like 12 to 15 million. So I think Sony's at 30.
Their projection is we want everybody who has Xbox Series X to have Game Pass.
If you own an Xbox, I think there is literally no reason not to have Game Pass.
Oh, I can think of a reason. Just don't.
There's like so many games on there. It's like if you have PlayStation, it's very difficult at this point now to be like, fucking pay 120 for extra. Is that how much extra is now? 120?
120, yes.
Yeah, pay 120 for extra. I'd say that's still worth it. Don't bother getting premium. It's fucking trash and it offers nothing of value. At this point, I firmly believe that. Like, hey, you want to play Starfield? Fucking, you don't gotta spend $60, $70 on Starfield. You fucking pay $18 and play it for a month. Like, fuck it, whatever. And then you can try 18,000 other games. Like, cool. Like, that makes sense to me. But also, there was this whole thing about how powerful the Xbox Series X is, and how Phil Spencer and them celebrated after they saw the PlayStation 5 reveal, because they're like, we got the 12 teraflops, Sony's got 10. And they're like, our console is more powerful. In Digital Foundry, the one dude in that, the main dude, I always forget, not the main dude, but everyone thinks he's the main dude because he does the PS4, PS5 comparisons. I think his name's John.
John Linneman.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, John, for doing the hard work you do. And everybody at Digital Foundry, they're literally referenced all over all of these docs, and clearly every fucking company looks at them now when it comes to, like, performance of games. But he went back through all of the PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X and S games, and the Series, if they weren't tied with, like, there was basically no difference between the versions. For 8 games, Series X was better than PlayStation 5. For 2 games, PlayStation 5 was better than Series X. On these third-party platform games where, like... Because the Xbox Series X is a more powerful console than the PlayStation 5. It's not substantially more powerful, but it is still more powerful. And that's undisputed. But the issue is, Xbox has done this wonderful little thing where they're like, hey, don't forget about the Series S. So if you make a game for the Series X, you also have to make a game for the Series S, typically with
inadvertently shot them in the fucking foot.
Which has shot them in the foot because also, going back to why I started even talking about this and going back to Kevin's thing, how many have they sold? Well, it's not about how many they have sold. Their issue is they expected to sell like 60% Series X and 40% Series S. But due to the pandemic and shortages in consoles, they sold 75% Series S and 25% Series X. So the majority of Xbox consoles out there seems to be Series S.
They had this, this goes back to what you were saying, right? That they can change the trajectory, they can change everything they're doing. Their entire plan that they had was already fucked by 2020, but these documents were still there, and I'm assuming were published somewhere in 2020 to 2021, given
To
the
buy
stuff that we're talking
Bethesda.
about.
Yeah, that was given to the FTC to buy Bethesda.
Okay.
They give it again for the Activision one.
So right, they already had the idea that Series S was now selling more than the Series X.
No,
Okay,
that email came out 2021, 2022. That's what that was in an email and like.
Oh no! I'm just saying though. In general, they already had the idea because the pandemic already started and people were buying Series S
so
because
like
of the cheap price.
the trajectories and stuff, all the things they created with these documents that was not aware of anything. The emails that were leaked are more recent. They are not from 2020. The emails are mostly from 2021 and late 2022. So this one, they did not plan for this at all, and this is something that they're probably still dealing with at Xbox, and that's probably why they're even trying to push cloud streaming even more, because their Series S.
They're course correcting. That's what they're doing. They're course correcting. They're trying to get this.
It certainly appears that way.
Yes, because essentially the Series S was meant to be the cost.
Hey, it's cheaper and consumer friendly, so like randoms could buy it, and it could be.
That was the red or black margin console for them. The Series X was the green margin console for them.
I do not know what that means.
Meaning that they make more money off of a Series X versus they make more money on a Series S. So the S costs less to make, but they make less because of the material, because of the cost that it is. But it costs so much to make a Series X, but because of the margin difference of price between cost to make and cost to sell, they're probably making a bigger margin on that than they are on the Series S. Also, I don't even know what the fucking attach rates are for these items, which the Series S's attach rate probably is low, considering you're just going to go on and buy Game Pass, and that's essentially what it is. A Series X's attach rate is yes. Also, the Series X attach rate is higher because you can buy discs and put it in, as well as accessories like the 1 terabyte for the expansion of it. I think they just released the 1 terabyte.
Is there an attach rate for a subscription service? How many games you're downloading?
I don't think downloading, but I'm assuming how many people subscribe when they buy the service. If I had to think in an analytical point of view, if I'm thinking using what I know in analytics and like the company I work for, the attach rate's going to be looking at essentially at the time of activation of the product that you bought, right? Are you activating a service along with it, and how long are you keeping that service for?
Yeah.
Those are the two main pieces of information they want to know.
Yeah.
Because Series X is going to be like, okay, well, you could buy a couple of games with it. That's your attach rate, which Sony operates in that manner. They operate more along the lines of how many controllers, how many accessories, and how many games were sold to PlayStation 5 for our attach rate to be at whatever percent we want it to be, right? They also look at subscription, though, a subscription dealing, but you kind of need a PlayStation Plus subscription to really do a lot of the online on a PS5. With Xbox, the gold is essentially gone now, right? Now it's just Game Pass, Core.
Yeah, it's all Game Pass stuff.
Yeah, everything is Game Pass now. So Microsoft's, and this is my educated guess, is Microsoft's data analytics must be how many consoles did we sell versus how many people, how many of those people had a 100% attach rate for activating Game Pass on it. That's what they're looking for, probably. They're looking to see how many consoles versus how many subscription activations they had. Because they're not, what are they attaching to an Xbox? Nothing. You can't attach it to anything with a fucking diskless console.
I think if you buy games on your account.
Right down the road.
Kevin.
I mean, and that further solidifies them going in the future with the diskless Series X refresh. They're just looking at raw subscriptions, which means not only do they have to either decide whether they want to do a mid-gen refresh, they have to hit a number to get to that mid-gen refresh, because it's all going to be about how many subs do they get with every console sold.
That's
It's
fair.
not about how many consoles they sell now. It's all about.
I think the console selling still matters to them, though. As much as I don't think it should. They should just be a fucking publisher. As much as
I don't think it matters as
be a
much as
publisher,
we think
Microsoft.
anymore.
Just
I
be a
think
publisher.
the consoles are essentially the gateway to the subs being done, because now you can buy 3 different versions.
It
of a
still
sub.
matters. They've talked about how consoles still matter and all that shit.
Again,
Even in
they'll-
internal emails, they talk about how console sales still matter to them.
They matter, but that's just the gateway to it, right? It's
Yeah, I
about-
mean, clearly the Game Pass subscription is the main thing, but yeah, no,
Yeah, 'cause you
they're
could
still
do
making
PC,
money on
you could
consoles,
do-
and so they are not
Yeah.
leaving that anytime soon.
Yeah, I guess if they don't hit this number by 2026 or 7, I don't know. It could be
I
a
just-
totally
I don't see it.
totally
I don't see it
different
happening.
gaming world.
Wouldn't it be funny if they were like, all right, well, we're not even selling anything off, we're just closing everything. Fuck you, goodbye. Also,
I
your
think
PCs, you gotta fucking pay a subscription, bitch.
they may just switch to Game Pass for PC and close off Xbox. That's what they might do. That's another thought of mine, is that they just
Why?
they drop Xbox, because if you close the Xbox division down, right, and just essentially become a publisher like Adam said,
Publisher of what?
of any whatever Xbox
Kevin, they own
studio-
like 700 million IPs now.
yeah, so you can be the publisher of those IPs, essentially, Microsoft.
Okay. So you're gonna go be like,
I got PC Game Pass. We're gonna compete with Steam.
no,
They could.
no, Steam just wins. Because guess what? Valve is producing games, and
Kevin,
frickin'
they thought about
Microsoft's
buying
sitting over
Valve,
here.
so
All they
They
gotta
did.
do is buy Valve, and Steam no longer wins
Yeah,
now.
right. First of all, never gonna happen. Because I'm pretty sure that it's been a discussion. That
It has,
happened,
yeah,
like,
they were
way,
laughed out of
way
the room.
prior.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation actually got Portal 2 put on there, so you know, and Steam briefly on their console. So
yeah, that was weird. That was a weird time.
yeah, it was.
Remember when Gabe
Um,
Newell came out on stage and he's like, "I like the Vita," and he held it up, and then nothing happened.
Wait, Steam got put on PlayStation for a little bit?
Yeah, it was on PS3 for like a hot second.
The Steam store?
No,
No.
like like
the
a
Steam architecture.
Yeah, there was like some Steam
Oh.
stuff, and nothing
Oh,
happened.
Because
Like,
you could play
Fell
play
apart.
Portal 2 on PS3 through the Steam network.
yeah, you could
Like
play
if
with
you
people
had friends
on
on
PC.
PC or whatever, like yeah, it was full Steam integration.
It's called
Interesting.
cross-platform play now, and they don't need to do that. But yeah, it was a thing that happened
But like,
for a second.
but to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Microsoft's going to buy them. Like Valve would more readily team up with PlayStation and do something because they've already done it.
yeah,
Would be my thought.
I guess
But anyway.
I guess the only thing I'm just posing is I don't think the gaming future that we once thought, where the 3 competitors are going to be there forever. Xbox has to hit a fucking number now.
I
It's just a
I
given.
just worry that since Xbox is doing all this, that a fucking Amazon or Apple can fucking come in and just buy a bunch, and I
There
just don't
was
want that
a-
happening.
There was a quote that a couple of years, or not a couple, but
Sean Layden's quote.
I know it was a different quote. About a decade or so ago, Xbox was considering selling. Microsoft was considering selling Xbox to Amazon. And
Well,
they were
yeah,
gonna do
because
it.
they were fucking stupid.
Man,
10
why
years
did they
ago.
do that? Oh,
Oh no, Kevin, no, we don't want that. We don't want that at all.
yeah, we want that. Oh my
No,
God. Did
Amazon
you
would
see
be more
Amazon's
aggressive
games?
than fucking Microsoft.
Did you see Amazon's games that
Ye-
came out? Oh, that would have crashed
Kevin,
and
they
burned so fast.
technically no game came out because it came out and then went back. It was like it was weird.
Hey, no,
I
New
don't
World.
think that counts. But like, Amazon, I know. Amazon would be a nightmare scenario. I think it's possible that they could come in and do an okay job. I don't want that. And Apple's
a
like, we're
nightmare.
doing the mobile market. Fuck you. The mobile market's bigger anyways.
Yeah.
So
I think the nightmare scenario isn't Amazon. It's Elon Musk.
Elon, honestly, I've seen Elon Musk run a company. I'm not worried.
Apple can go fuck off somewhere. Essentially, what they
I've
want to
heard
do
Elon
is
Musk. I'd be worried.
my
Man,
nightmare
dumbass.
scenario is Apple buying PlayStation. So
I don't. see that
that's
happening.
my.
I just don't see PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo ever being bought by one another for the foreseeable future. 10 years from now, I could be eating my words. I don't know, but like,
I mean, listen, if fucking Amazon decided they want to buy Xbox, Apple decided they want to buy PlayStation, and fucking I don't know who wants to buy Nintendo at that point. Somebody will come
would
and
Apple want to buy PlayStation?
their partnership is very big as of
yeah,
right now.
Apple has been trying to get into games and stuff, but
And
mostly
Apple's
they're
arcade has been
happy with
failing.
Mobile. They're happy.
Yeah, Apple Arcade's been a fucking failure of a project, so they're trying to get into the console space. And the best and easiest way, as was portrayed in their fucking latest keynote, by a DualSense controller, is attaching a DualSense to a iPhone 15 and running Resident Evil 4 with ray tracing on. Fuck you, Apple. Go fucking kill yourselves, you stupid pieces of shit.
Whoa.
Fucking stupid. Go commit suicide, you fucking piece of shit.
Whoa. Already been done.
God. They are the most likely situation of being bought. If Jim Ryan one day was just like, you know what, fuck it. Let's just go to a big ass fucking $1 trillion company like Apple and let them use us to be able to create this insane market share. PlayStation would have Xbox. I don't know what Xbox would fucking do, because they'd have the insane amount of money and resources to be able to pull off stupid feats.
Sure.
But I would quit being a fucking gamer forever.
I'm sure you would.
I would pin that in that fucking chat. I would mark my fucking words if that happened. I would never
call that
ever
a
support that.
Giuseppeing.
Yeah, sure, call it, because I could never do that. Same thing if they bought Disney. I would never go to fucking Disney.
They would
World
only
again.
buy
Never do
parts
that.
of Disney. The parks would never sell. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They would only buy like ABC and ABC Family and all that crap.
Things have been done, Adam, in the past 4 years that I don't think any of us would ever have fucking thought. So.
No. I mean, there's so many things that have happened where, I was so worried about Disney buying Hulu, and I was like, don't let them buy Hulu. Because if they get Fox, they'll get Hulu. And then they fucking bought Fox, and then they got Hulu. And they own Hulu. And Hulu is trash. And they keep raising the prices of everything. And it's just, no. There's things that are so obvious. There are things that seem so far to people and that they're not going to happen. No, I don't want fucking Xbox buying Bethesda. It sets a precedent. It's too big of a company. Hey, guess what's happening? They're buying Activision. Holy shit, what? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Apple buying PlayStation is nowhere out of the question.
That's why I'm still always against whenever we bring up Square Enix, because I'm like, no, for the love of God, no. We buy smaller ones. Don't buy big ones. I don't want to see more big ones leave. Like, we see what happens when big ones eat big ones. Big ones start to shut down big ones. Don't do it.
I don't think Sony would shut down Square, but yeah, I see your point. I understand. Your point.
So many studios of Square would shut down because Sony has shut down parts of Sony. Concrete Genie 2 never gonna happen, my guy. Concrete Genie 2 never gonna happen. Why did they shut them down? Where's Pixel Opus? Destinoto, I think you're sleeping because you haven't said anything, or you're just not. You got nothing.
He is sleeping. He fell asleep.
Great.
All right. Well, there you go.
You got anything about Activision and the FTC leaks at Microsoft and what you played, what you watched?
Well, better luck next time, Microsoft.
That's fair enough. All right, gentlemen. I think it's time I wind us down for the evening.
Don't you dare.
Thanks for joining the podcast this week. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Twitch.tv/crafting and chat. YouTube.com/starting too late with 2 R's. I guess keep an eye on Twitter and the news, gaming news. I'm sure more eventful things will happen throughout this month.
Hey, guess what?
Oh God.
Oh
what?
wow, look at that. All right. Hey, you know what game I haven't talked about in a while? Diablo. 2 2-hour-long streams about season 2 to try to cry to people and get them to come back to the game. Don't worry, I'll have coverage of it.
Oh, cool.
Well, looking forward next week to the coverage of Diablo 4 by
How
Kevin.
the F? Well, I don't know about next week.
No, week
They
after.
haven't announced dates. But
The week after, the month after, the year after, sometime.
Season 2 drops October 17th, so it's got to be soon. And they haven't given dates, and it's real confusing. Because they seem super excited to have these streams. And they're like, oh my god, we got so much, guys. We got to do 2 streams of 2 hours each. And everybody's like, what the fuck do you talk about for 4 hours with Season 2? Hello? So,
Oh boy.
I'm sure it'll be a lot of Diablo Immortal.
I'm sure it'll be
And
eventful.
some season pass, and some microtransactions, and an hour of apologizing for things they don't understand,
Mm-hmm.
and then another hour for telling us we're stupid and we don't know how to fix the game. They're working on it. They got the best people on it. And they went
They're
ahead and
working all right.
Best
recruited
people.
Donald Trump
Yep,
for their
they got the
marketing team.
Best people, best people that he could find, and remarkable people that have never been found before, and he trusts these people with his lives, and there's no
People
way that.
who have never been found before.
I don't know what that means.
Anyway,
Man, it's
Anyway.
either you recruit the people that never been found, or you fall down a couple stairs because you can't walk upstairs. It's pick your poison, I guess, at this point.
yeah. Anyway, joking aside, I will eventually cover all that, and oh boy, I don't think we're going back to Diablo 4, but we'll see. Maybe they'll be able to get me back. We'll see.
Well, looking forward to that, good sir.
Can't wait.
Until
Next
then-
week, game scores.
Yes, for October.
Yep.
Till
excited?
then, everybody stay safe.
Oh,
Be
jam-packed month.
well out there, and
Jam-packed month.
go fuck yourself, Tim Cook. Fuck off.
Jesus.
All right.
Have a
Tim
nice
Cook.
night, guys.
I'm sorry. Sorry that we
I
did
hope
this way.
I get something from Apple as a cease and desist. Please send me some fucking legal shit.
Hey,
Go right ahead.
don't. Yeah, send it to Genesis Gius. He lives at 428 Juan Terabo Lane. Thank you.